Okay.
Keep it turned down for you. I don't need the volume for it.
Yeah, I can't. I don't hear it at the moment, or I haven't heard it at all. Um, yeah, like I said, I was about to go live, I guess 3 hours ago, but then I got on, or 2 hours ago, but I got on and saw um, Hoosier was running, so I just did his instead. I'm gonna share. No, I don't want to share. I want to invite. That's what I want. Copy to clipboard. Throw it in my lug chat and see if anybody's still awake.
What time is it there?
1 a.m.
Oh, okay. It's almost 2 here.
Okay, yeah, so then you're central. Yeah, I'm in Denver. Let's see. Might as well just throw it in the general chat, I guess. Come on.
That was a very interesting stream tonight, Haley.
Oh, and I don't know if I pasted that link for you, Haley. I'll post it now. Where's private chat? Oops. See, I don't use let's put it there. I don't use StreamYard very much. Okay. All right. Live chat. Pop out chat. There we go.
There we go. I missed my computer.
So it's kind of funny. I don't see private chat on StreamYard. Oh, there's private chat.
If you go to the
Yeah, on the right.
section. There you go.
Yeah.
Magic bullet.
Oh, wrong link. Sorry. Try that again. I put it in the public chat anyway, but there's the link for the 40 bricks if you didn't get it earlier. So yeah, I'm going through and downloading all the STL files. I threw them after you do like 4 downloads. It's like, hey, contribute to our our cause or whatever, and become a member. And it's like super cheap to be a member. So I joined. I became a member of them and support Tom and thank you for building all these files and making them available. So I just have some of those switch tracks to download still, but I got most of the stuff already.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, if I can get it to work, and 3D printing is kind of it's not easy.
Pulling teeth is the best way
right.
I can describe it.
Yeah. So like we've been trying to print these big skeletons that we didn't design it, we downloaded it, but these guys.
Yeah.
And yeah, there we go. Those guys. And like we got this one done and we got one other done, but I posted it to the lug, and of course I had like 8 people, or actually 10 people that said, "Oh, I want one of those." And so I'm like, okay, we'll see if we and Randy's like, sure, we'll give it a try. And right now we have 4 of them done aside from the arms. The arms are just driving us crazy, and the print keeps failing. And it turns out we're using glow-in-the-dark filament now, and the glow-in-the-dark, it's like sandpaper on the system, and it's just you could actually see the nozzle. We took the nozzle out, compared them, and it's worn down. Worn down significantly, and so we think that that's the issue. And so he replaced the nozzle and he cleaned it all up. He replaced something inside as well, and it still didn't print right. And he, and that was the last he tried. So, so the regular filament might print okay, but the glow in the dark's just giving us a lot of trouble.
I know, like the filament we bought off of Amazon, it just does not like that. The machine does not like it.
Yeah. What machine do you have?
The Ender Pro 3.
Mm-hmm.
And it does not like it.
Yeah, we have the Prusa, which is, it's same thing, like going back to the whole LED lights, right? Like from what I understand, the Prusa is the original and then the Ender is kind of the knockoff version.
Yeah.
But the Ender is a lot cheaper. It just requires a little bit more tweaking to get it to run correctly, from my understanding. So I didn't want to deal with the tweaking, so I bought the Prusa. I wanted to be a little bit more, focused on the printing and not sitting there trying to dial it in. But even with it, we bought some stuff off Amazon and we had trouble with it, and I gave it to my buddy, and he has the Ender, and it ran fine on his Ender. So.
Yeah.
So it just this stuff we buy from Micro Center. Do you guys have Micro Center? It's like a electronics warehouse kind of store, but an actual brick and mortar store, and they are way cheap. They're cheaper than Amazon for 3 print filament.
Where are they called?
Micro Center, MICROCENTER. They have a website. I think you can order online as well. They
look at that. We have one across town.
Okay, I was gonna say they're all over. So they they like the filament, the glow in the dark stuff is, I think, $20 a roll. And like usually Amazon's like 25 to 30 range. So it just depends on what we're buying, but. Oh. Hey, Johnny. You have Johnny in the chat.
Hi, Johnny G.
Yeah, so I was telling Haley earlier, I'm working nights coming up, so I'm trying to stay up to adjust to the new schedule. So hopefully I can make it till at least, I mean, it'd be ideal if I stayed up till like 6 or 7, because that's, I work 6 to 6, day or night. So. YouTube finally decided to tell me that I was alive.
I always love it when it tells you like 10 minutes after you're up.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, their prices aren't bad.
Yeah, for the filament, yeah. And they have, I mean, like, if you go in, at least at my store, they have a whole aisle that's just 3D print filament. I mean, just any color you want, they'll have like 20 boxes of it. So it's really, I mean, just for that, I mean, just for the fact that they're local and they have such a huge selection.
I don't know how it is at your store, but be prepared for no customer service, because they have a big store, but they have very few employees and a lot of people are there.
Oh yeah, mine's not bad. Usually, well, I would say usually I can find help. But I went there. So the problem with mine is if you go there like after they open, so it's like they open I think on weekdays at 10. And so 10's okay, but if you get there like 11 or 12, and then from then till closing, it's swamped, and like the line to check out's really long and all that. So I got there like right after they opened the other day, and it was easy. I found my stuff, and I got in and I got out. And yeah, I did have to ask a question for a couple of guys, and I was able to find them. But I was able to get help. But yeah, so mine's pretty good, honestly. And that's the Denver Tech Center location.
Well, some of the stores are really good, and some of the stores are just overwhelmed with people.
Yeah.
Like my store has 8 cash registers, and they're all going all the time, and we
Oh,
still have
really?
they go like 30, 40 people deep.
Yeah, we have 8 registers, but they usually only have like 3 or 4 maybe going. Even when the line's long, they don't seem to open them all up. But yeah, looking through this filament list, like almost everything says 25 plus in stock. I'm gonna have to kick on the heater. My furnace is off because it's nighttime and I'm starting to get cold. Yeah, Johnny, I haven't tried the new blind boxes yet. You're saying you got 2 of the red pandas. A couple of my lug members have talked about it and stuff, but I haven't bought any yet.
The you can get like the box before you get to a fresh case. You could go off those pictures.
Oh yeah, is there like a guide?
Yeah, I'll have to send it.
Yeah, I collected. Which ones did I do? I think I did like the first Harry Potter series. I just bought a whole case and just opened them all up and did that, and then I did like one of the other series after that, and then then I have a couple random bags here and there that I bought, but um, I otherwise I haven't bothered. It's just the CMFs in general. I'm so late to a collection side of it, and I just don't really care about most of them, so I haven't bothered trying to chase them. There it is. Oh yeah, Johnny said the guide's not accurate for him. So with the one I collected after the Harry Potter one, so the Harry Potter one, they had already put the case out, but she was actively stocking the shelf.
Yeah.
So she told me where she put them, and I just went and got them all and got the box from her and just filled it back up and bought them all. And I think I was short like 2 out of the box, so I managed to have one of everything, but I was just barely short of a full case. But with the next one, I was at Target and the box was out, but it was empty. And so I asked him like, "Hey, do you have any more?" And they went to the back and got the box out. And as he's walking out with it, and I see him coming out with it, and he goes to like grab the bags out of the new box and put them in the old box. And I'm like, "No, wait." And I take, because the guide said take the whole right row, and so I took the whole right row out, and I'm like, "Okay, I'm good." and then he did whatever. I don't care.
Yeah.
And sure enough, it was accurate, and I got one of everything exactly. So that worked out pretty well. But yeah, those are the only 2 I actually like actively chased. Otherwise, it just. Oh, there was a third one that I bought from a lug member. He bought a whole box and then split it, and I think it was like 2.5 sets in the box. And so I bought all of his spares. But I mean, even then, I'm thinking about just putting a lot of them in the store because they just sit on the shelf over there in their little cases, and I don't really care about them that much. So I definitely need to put my duplicates in the either in Bricklink or on eBay.
Mm-hmm.
Make some money back.
Yeah, I know. I had to go. I'm gonna go through all my minifigures and pretty much pull out any doubles to get rid of, just because I don't, well, either doubles to get rid of or to part out into the collection. That's that's where we're at. Because some of those torsos are really cool. Like I actually really liked the second wave of Harry Potter.
Yeah.
It's like Ron and Hermione's torsos because they're the school ones. And I don't know. There's other few odds and ends just on the list.
I didn't really look at it that close. So I'm trying to pull it up now. Look at images.
I think Ron and Hermione, they had like their sweater, regular clothing. They're pretty. They had some cool. Ooh.
Open image tab. Okay, yeah. Yeah, and they're definitely good figures. And considering that I at least I had a big Hogwarts mock. I tore parts of it apart and I need to rebuild it. But considering I have that, I should have more. I should probably, pick these up. But I don't know. Johnny, no, I didn't see the Islander figs. I just pulled it up now, and at least one of them looks the actual Islander looks pretty cool. And hey, Nerdbrick.
Hey, Nerdbrick. Yeah, picked up the dragon, the jungle dragon.
Yeah.
So I got to see the little Islander eggs in that one.
Oh, that's a cool looking one. I have a couple of troll dragons and I think Ninjago dragons, but just because I like dragons in general. But there's definitely a lot more dragons than I can display or buy or pick up.
Yeah, that's the only reason to buy Ninjagos for the dragons.
Yeah, there was some cool ones in there. I think the big white one I have that's 4 heads. I think it's a Ninjago one.
Yeah, the Ultra Dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one. That one sadly took a tumble off its perch.
Oh yeah. I've had that happen a few times.
Yeah, it got knocked into it, and the only thing I hear is and I'm like, all right,
yeah.
Shut the door. I'll come back to it.
Yeah. I had one of my little Ninjago ones fell off, and I just threw it in a bin and finally put it back together recently. And then I actually dropped one of the bigger elves dragons when I was redoing the train stuff, and that one I put it back together right away just so I didn't want to lose the pieces.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're kind of hard to find spots on the shelves. Like I used to put them all in this one corner because it was an end. There was the train didn't continue. But once the train continued, I had to, they take up so much room that I had to find new homes for them. So luckily with that corner shelf that I have that I was telling you about earlier,
Mm-hmm.
I was able to do the curve really wide, and then I put the dragon in the back corner, the big white one. So yeah, I think I have Johnny saying the Ninjago Red Dragon Suite. I think I have that one. I think it's not built, I want to say. My backlog's kind of it's sad. I mean, it's sad in the fact that I have so much built and I don't know what I have anymore. That might be in the way back. Oh, that's my headset beeped at me. I think it doesn't like reception here in the closet. And the battery's dying. No. Got 2 of those. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't. And I started kind of pulling my backlog out and putting it on the shelf, and then the box kept falling off because the shelf's not deep enough, and then I ran out of room pretty quick. Grab the other heater. Little heater's just not cutting it. Yeah, I know I saw that Red Dragon at least, and I thought it was pretty cool. Come on. What's that? That's weird. No, I didn't get any Monkey Kid sets. Did you, Haley?
No, I got my brother sent me one for Christmas. I do want to get that temple one where it has a bunch of the monkeys.
Yeah.
Mainly to do a Planet of the Apes reference with that one. So. Plus the waterfalls look actually pretty cool on that one.
I don't know if I saw it. I know I saw the Big Mac. I saw a couple of other ones, but Monkey Kid, just Temple. Let's see.
Yeah, it's one of the new ones just came out.
The Legendary Flower Fruit Mountain.
Is that one?
A bunch of like monkey minifigs.
Yeah, it's like a couple of waterfalls in it.
Yeah. So the waterfall is what? Just a sticker, looks like?
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of good trans pieces, though.
Yeah, because I was looking at the rock pieces.
Oh, that too, yeah. And it's actually interesting. They didn't really use. I don't see a single burp in there. They just did all the slopes on their sides.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's. I don't know if I'd buy. Oh, geez, $170. I don't know if I'd pay full price for that, but I would definitely buy it on discount if I saw it. There's a lot of good parts in there. No, so instead of doing the CMFs, I do the brickheads. Figure that's a little easier to keep up with.
Yeah, I like the brickheads.
So, but even then, I don't know, where's my video? Oh yeah, so you can see back there, back there. Those are all the ones I haven't built yet. So I have pretty big backlog on that too. I think I probably have about half of them built that I own. Back to you in a second, I guess. In my quarter status, I just have like little aisles through my Lego room through my office to get the stuff. I need a downsize. Well, that's why I couldn't find the Ninjago one. Because I bought it on sale at Walmart when I was traveling for work, and it ended up in a Ziploc bag. So it's the Ninjago Firstborn 70653.
Right, the red one?
Yeah, that's the red one, yeah. See, I thought I bought it. I have the parts here, I think of the wings and the instructions of the person. It might be in with my instructions, so they're laying flat. Hopefully the wings are laying flat somewhere.
Easy.
No, Haley's not building, she is playing games.
Nah, I'm playing a video game.
I thought about building one of the modulars, but like I said, I think I might wait for the lighting kit so that way I can light at the same time. That one can actually go over here because it needs to be parted out. My shelf is just a little bit too low, so I can't stuff boxes underneath it.
No, not Minecraft tonight, Johnny. I'm playing the Horizon Zero Dawn. Replaying it.
What system is that on?
PlayStation.
PlayStation. Okay. Yeah, I used to be big into computer games and then just stopped. Oh, I need to put my train station up somewhere now. Come on. So the hard part, like even though I'm really tall, I still need a chair. I can reach the shelves, but I need a chair to like see what I'm doing up there. This guy needs to get rebuilt. The red, I guess he's a cargo cargo train.
Yeah.
I think I stripped the motor out of it because I didn't have enough, and now I have a couple extra motors. So
Now that, ooh, that one's good because I like the yellow one, the twin.
Oh, it's twin.
Yeah, because there's a
Um,
because they
is
made
that
the red version and then they came out with the yellow version.
the yellow one's a new one?
Yeah.
The where is it at?
Um,
Oh no, the green one's a new Bluetooth one.
yeah, the yellow one
So
probably came out few years ago.
okay, so yeah, this one is the new Bluetooth one, and I bought it. So I bought this one, whatever, probably full price, or no, I think it was on sale on an April day. Even though it was like just came out, it was on sale on April day. But then I think Amazon had it on sale for a really good price, and I picked up 3 more of them.
Yep.
And sold one to a buddy in the lug, and then I was planning on parting out the other 2 for Bricklink, but honestly, it's such a pain to do like fewer than really 5 sets. I mean, even 3's kind of too few. So I think I might just keep the other 2 and just build them and just have extra cars and stuff. And like I'll use the engine to fix this red engine, and I used one of the engines already to do that. I posted on Instagram a picture of my little point of view train that I made,
Yeah.
and I that's what I used was the base of that engine. But yeah, I don't have the other one, so I'll have to try to build that.
Well, I have a question for the
Yeah.
Bricklink sellers in the room. If you were going to sell minifigs, how do you suggest doing it?
eBay. According to Pop's Block Shop, eBay is the way to go. You can get a better price point. So what he does is if he has like 10 of the same minifig, he'll take like 6 of them and put them on eBay, and then take the rest of them and put them on. Sorry, I got something I gotta take care of. What the fuck? Where is he? There was a hater in the chat that, oh, see, I'm on top chat. That's why I didn't see it. That's better. So anyway, yeah, so he takes like 6 of them. He'll put the fully built figure on eBay, and then he takes the rest and parts them out and puts them in his Bricklink store. And a lot of times he'll like piece together figures and from like used, and he lists them on eBay, and he gets crazy prices for them. And so that's all my minifigs I'm pretty much saving for that purpose. Because like, for example, I parted out a bunch of the minion sets, and so I have all these little minions in bags ready to go, and they're like $4 or $5, maybe $6 on Bricklink, but they go for $10 a piece on eBay. The only problem is that eBay, you have higher fees. So I haven't used it in years, and I just sold something non-Lego related on there, and it charged me $1 to list it. It was like a $15 item, I think, and it was $1 to list it, and then like $2.50 in seller fees. So for a $15 item, so that's kind of the downside. I'm not sure when I go to list these at $10 a piece. I'm not sure what it's going to charge me for that. I have to look up the fees beforehand so I can price accordingly, because I know some things they'll charge you more depending on how much you list it for.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Chair is really squeaky. I'm gonna have to go find WD-40 and squeak it.
Well, I'm opening up Series 21 minifigures right now, and the last 3 that I've opened have been the Beehive guy. Now I have 5 of the Beehive guy.
He's really cool. I like him.
You might end up with 1 or 2 sent to you then.
Yeah, because I want to think I might try to collect a few. We'll do some swapping.
The one thing I don't like about these is you can't, if you buy them at Lego, you can't feel them. And I haven't been able to get out in the wild to find any others anywhere.
Well, let me know which ones you're missing. I'll keep an eye out.
Well, I still have about 8 more to open, but I'll give you an update once I get them all open.
Yeah, 'cause I go hunting for Bama. I have his shopping list.
But I opened them all to check what they are, and I was just wondering, kind of, if that degraded them at all. If you could still, I mean, technically it still calls them new, but
Yeah, I mean, any that are like me, I'll open them and sell them as new. I mean, because that for me it just verifies what's in the package. And I'll say that on there, like open for inventory or open for verification or whatever. And I'll do it on either Bricklink or eBay. I mean, if it's new, it's new. And a lot of times I'll like on the Bricklink ones, I say assembled for inventory purposes or something like that, inventory control. Because that way, like when I'm parting out a set, I want to make sure I include all the, bits and pieces and whatever. So I can pull it up and see what I don't know which ones I have currently in my inventory. Minifigure.
well, I bought a minifigure just recently off of Bricklink. I swear to God, I got every single stinking beehive that they had in the store.
Yeah. Oh, minifigs. There we go, down the bottom. So some of them I pulled. Let's see. Oh, I could do show all. There we go. Stock room. Let's see which ones I have available.
Anyway, what I was saying is some people like pulled up the stupid packaging and everything and put it in the plastic bag. I only leave the little piece of paper in with them.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And that's, some people want that and some don't. I think I saved all the bags when I bought the box of them, but I just because I didn't know if it helped with resale value or not. It's just one of those things I probably need to throw them away. But yeah, so I have some Lego Movie 2 Bennies and Lucy's, and it's currently active in the store, 85 and 86. 85. So no, so like these ones, it was easy enough to tell, so I just left them in pieces. But I know there's some that I assembled because I wanted to make sure I had all the parts. Oh, I think they're down here. And that's the way I wrote it. Yeah, the hidden side ones. So like I have them actually assembled in the bags, and I'm still selling them as new. And I put in, I said pre-assembled for inventory control. That's how I wrote it. So, and I'm pretty sure I've sold some of those, maybe not. Maybe I haven't sold any yet. But I mean, nobody's messaged me complaining about it, so. But if it's like a CMF, I mean, I would just throw all the parts in a bag. I mean, that's easy enough to tell that all the parts are there. These were, like I said, these were from a set, so I was a little more nervous about it. It's kind of funny. I had a chat person in there throwing dislikes saying that he's gay. And it's kind of funny that a gay guy is throwing dislikes on a gay stream or another gay guy stream. Like, because he said I look like his dad or something. I don't know. So that's what I had to jump away earlier to block him.
Well, that's okay. We don't need that kind of crap.
Right. It's like, yeah. You're obviously not actually a subscriber of mine. If you don't know that dude.
Well, I didn't know that, but I also don't
Well,
know that
yeah.
really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You still need to respect everybody.
Trying to get the dust off this train. Probably should take it apart and clean it.
All right. All
Was that
right.
one of your guys talking to you?
Yeah, Peter Parker. He gets fuzzy.
Yeah, I got the cat
Okay.
away.
This
Time for
one's.
bed. Is it time for bed?
Oh, there it is.
Hmm. All right. I hate to leave good company.
No worries.
I got more yard work tomorrow. But
Does that
Sure.
storm leave you after effects to clean up?
yeah, it killed all the plants in the backyard and
Oh.
so it just I figure I can't do anything more on the inside until the baseboards, and I have to go get sheetrock eventually.
Sure.
So I figure I'll just go trying to split it up. So I figure I'll just go outside and do yard work.
Is like all the Home Depots and stuff all sold out of stuff like that, like sheetrock and everything?
Yeah, our baseboards are the ones we want are back ordered,
Okay, yeah.
and then they're like really really expensive just to go out and buy it. So we're just gonna wait.
Yeah. Yeah, you have the flexibility. You might as well just wait and get it when you're ready.
Yeah, so the house is livable. I'm just living in.
Yeah.
It's only 3 rooms I can sit in, so
Oh, okay.
I don't know. We're taking our time and picking since we're repainting all the bedrooms. We're, I don't know, picking what colors and all that fun stuff. So
Nice.
Well, if there's any good news in it, you were going to remodel anyway.
There you
I
go.
know, we were hoping to kind of stretch this out and do one room at a time. Oh no, we get to do all the rooms.
I don't think that's right.
The worst part about it is you actually made a valiant effort to wrap all the pipes, and the only one that you couldn't get to, you said, was like a 2-foot section that were behind a wall.
Yeah,
That's
we had them redo the installation maybe 7 months ago.
Yeah.
And when he was up there, he rewrapped all the pipes. And the section that busted was the section he couldn't reach because it was behind the heater. And that just happened to be the pipe that busted.
Nice.
So when we laughed, it's like, well, now you can wrap the pipe now because
Yeah.
It was pretty funny. But yeah, now I'm sure I'll be talking to y'all real soon. And
Oh yeah.
hope you guys have a good night. And good night, Johnny G. Good seeing you.
I'm sure we'll probably talk tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, thanks for chatting, Haley.
Yeah. Thanks for answering my training questions.
Yeah, absolutely.
Night.
Night. Trying to get this one put back together. It's been my little blue cargo train. It's been my workhorse. Like I used to push my point of view camera around, and I think it's fallen off the shelf a couple of times and stuff like that. So it's missing parts.
Did you see Hoosier's new little train?
No, I haven't.
He built himself a big boy.
Oh yeah. Oh, maybe I did. I saw someone post a picture of one. I don't remember if it's him or not.
Probably.
The closest I have to that is I have the Emerald Knight, but it's built as a Harry Potter themed train, Hogwarts Express. So I did the Emerald Knight, but in Hogwarts colors.
He's really quite proud of it, but I think he's kind of scared to run it.
Yeah. Well, and you need, I think he has them, but you need wide, really wide curves to run those. Even the Emerald Knight doesn't like the tight, standard Lego curves. This one I have to look up the directions on it to see, or at least a picture of it, to see what it's supposed to look like.
I think he said with the coal tender and the engine, it's like almost 3 feet long.
Oh wow, that is. Did he post a picture of it, like on Instagram or something?
Oh, I'm sure there's at least one picture on Insta.
Okay, yeah.
He built it on.
Man.
He built it on multiple streams, so.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't been on a lot of streams lately, so I haven't. Yeah, it looks like it's probably about 2.5 base plates is what it looks like it's crossing. Or no, is that road's a base plate? I think so. And that thing, it's long. Whatever it is, it's long.
It's beautiful, but it's long.
Yeah.
It's got two. It's got two XL power function motors in it.
Okay, so he has it motorized, ready to go, huh? Okay.
Yeah, you had to build the motors into it. It takes 2 motors, an S-brick, and a battery box, and some.
Okay.
I don't know what else is all in there.
Yeah, that's why I don't have any S-brick yet. I need to get some and play with them. That's pretty cool, and that's what I need for mine too. He has a gray radar dish for the front, and I think mine actually needs to be black. I think I have a gray one on there now, but it's on my to purchase list. Finish mine off. So I actually have the Emerald Knight as well. That's in my that I bought used, and it's in my backlog to build. Probably build that one here.
I do not have an Emerald Knight yet.
Let's see that one.
I'm sure eventually I'll come across one.
Yeah, that was exactly it. I just came across it and picked it up while I had the chance. The instructions. There we go. Get back to where the instructions go. So it looks like it's actually in pretty good shape, but I think the top is, well, I know the top's wrong. I just don't know what's missing. Probably just look at the picture here and, no, I guess I do need to rebuild the engine and everything too. So I made it a dummy car, so there's no engine in it. It looks like I stole a coupler and stuff from it too. All kinds of parts. I'll go find some parts.
Well, I've now ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I have 10 beekeepers.
Nice. Are you trying to collect them, or do you want the beekeepers?
No, actually, no, but I will have to figure out what to do with them. I actually had a friend of mine go light for me, and I knew buy them anyway. So on an all day, I had her pick us a ton of the poly bag, for the minifig, the CMFs, so I could finish out my group. And I came home and I just opened them up, and I'm like, oh joy!
Nice.
Not the end of the world, but
Yeah.
I'm only missing 2 now.
Back all the way up and do the stuff again. No, that's totally wrong. Oh, that one's right. Maybe this one's the wrong. Okay. Oh, I stole the wheels too. That's funny. All right. I think I needed some drive wheels or something. Stole the drive wheels off this guy. Which I'm not sure why they're traction wheels anyway. Oh, because it has to fuse it with this kind of buggy type, that's why.
So I still need the little guy with the airplane, and I need the dude on the half human, half horse, the Centaur.
So is that from the latest series, the actual blind boxes?
No, that's from 21. That's the last one they had in the poly bags.
Oh, okay.
The green poly bags.
Yeah, I didn't. I don't know. One of them I have the poly bags for, but I don't know which one it is because I bought them from a friend, so he opened them all up, and I just bought his spares.
Oh, okay.
I think. Whoops. Change that. Scrolls.
No, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be buying minifigures either, but I have been collecting since Series 4. So I have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever.
Nice. Yeah, like I said earlier, I only have like 2 complete series, so this side.
Well, I have probably, if I had to make a guess, I probably have about $1,000 in minifigures sitting here that I'm not doing nothing with.
Right. Yeah, they add up pretty quick.
Well, I'm just talking about all my extras. I'm not even talking about my.
Oh yeah, I mean even the extras they add up quick.
Because I take and put one of each into a container and make sure I have at least one of each.
Okay.
I used to do some like slow motion stuff. And then it was like, well, you need all these different characters for whatever you need for, when I was writing a script or whatever, I'd open a box of minifigures and I'd go, okay, that dude's a whatchamacallit, so I need a whatchamacallit for that, and I need a Hoojawit,
Right.
and you need all these actors, so you go, okay, well, here's a samurai ninja. He's going to go against a wrestling or, whatever. But, after doing that for a while, you get, that gets old.
Yes, and the slow motion takes a lot to edit all that together.
Well, and the big thing is when I started doing it, I worked for a TV station.
Oh, okay.
So Monday through Friday, I was there in front of the camera anyway. And so I would just screw around when we had dead time.
Right.
which on a TV set is quite a bit. Because you only really shoot for, an hour and a half or 2 hours a day, and then the rest of the time the gear is just sitting there. Most people think we do a lot more work than that, but it's not really all that much. Depends on what shows you're on and what you do. But my other big addiction is Lego polybags.
Oh, okay.
I currently have 568 different ones.
Yeah, I started kind of not really collecting them, but just picking them up here and there. And yeah, I only have a couple.
No,
And this
I
thing's missing
I
a couple of
st-
parts.
that was the first thing I did when I was started in Legos because they were cheap.
Right.
So I'd grab a polybag here, a polybag there, and then I made friends with a couple of people at the Lego store that I'm, socially in their group. And then they'd be like, "Well, there's this VIP gift, and we don't care for them because at our store here in town, I don't know if it's everywhere, but our store anyway, they give all the employees the gifts with purchases before they start selling them, just so people can go, well, in the gift with purchase you have this and this and
So you could talk about it, sure.
yeah." And so they had all these different polys and whatever, and then they're like, "Well, we don't care for these." So, well, if you don't have it, do you want one? And I'm like, "Well, sure." And so now I get a lot of them from them, and I get a lot of them from other places. And one of the strangest places I ever got free Lego was at a hospital.
Oh yeah.
Um, I was in for some testing, and I was asleep in my room one night. Woke up the next day, and there was a big, huge box of Lego sitting in the other side of the room.
Nice.
I thought, well, maybe therapy brought it in, like they wanted me to do hand,
Right.
small dexterity work or something with it. So I kind of let it sit there, but nobody ever came to do anything with it. And then I went to leave, and they loaded it up on my little rolling cart of stuff, and they wheeled it out to my car and put it in my car. And I was like,
Okay.
okay, I'm not
Did,
really sure.
so
Not really.
no one ever said where it came from, or
No, nobody ever
huh.
said anything.
Did they know you were an AFOL?
I don't know if they actually knew, but I had been on
Huh.
oxygen for several years. So
Okay.
I use a wheelchair to get around sometimes, like especially when I'm out in public, because it's easier to carry the tanks on the chair instead of me trying
Sure.
to pull them around with me. And so I have a couple of minifigures that are hanging off a different key, like I have an oxygen wrench hanging on there, and it's got a couple of minifigures hanging from it, and I think there's a brick separator on the back of the chair, but so there's a couple of Lego things that are on my chair, but I don't have, I'm not screaming a big sign up that says I collect Lego or anything.
Right.
But then again, who knows? I mean, maybe I was the 10,000th patient and that was my
Yeah.
prize. I don't really know.
Huh. I'm
I do know.
realizing. Oh, I'm realizing I stole a bunch of parts off this thing, and I'm in the middle of a major reorganization, so I don't even know where they are.
Well, then it's time to get a plastic bag,
Yeah.
put all the parts in the bag, and write on it, "Fix me when I'm done."
Right. I think that's what's gonna happen.
'Cause,
Well, I'll throw it back on the shelf, but I'll, because it's close enough to run. It just was missing parts. At least it has its engine again.
yeah. I keep telling myself I want to open up a store, but my biggest issue is I don't want to deal with the tax man.
Like a Bricklink store.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in regards to that, if you're small enough and you're not like doing it full time, it's considered a hobby on the IRS side, from what I understand. So I just run it like that. I just run it as a hobby, and I mean, I've only run it a year now, and I definitely didn't turn a profit this past year. I'm definitely in the hole by a significant amount, and so it's enough that and the way I see it, like my job is I have a pretty good job, and it's I make more at work than I have like in 2 days than I have in the whole store or whatever. So it's just not worth, like, honestly, the only reason I run the Bricklink store is just to get rid of parts I don't want, and
Well,
try to maybe make some money back in the hobby, but it's really not, for me, it's not worth it.
well, that was my kind of thing too. Is I thought, I've actually thought about, 3 or 4 of us AFOLs, not necessarily you, but like the ones
Right.
in my lug or whatever, get together and, put together a store that, it might be worth it at that point if we, everybody put their stuff in. But it kind of sold, had one person run it, but, we have a couple of people that are jobless right now.
Sure.
And have like
Oh,
one
yeah.
person run it, but everybody else like do consignment to them.
Yeah, and there is a guy that does that. I think Bricks on the Dollar does that. Does a consignment basis, and yeah, then and you would have to have a way to track that for sure. Track whose is what. And I mean, it's easy enough. Like all the drawers over here on the one side. I just realized that the camera pointing down, but all the drawers over here on the one side is so just in there. That side over there is all my store, and all the drawers are numbered, and so I can easily put something in a drawer, number it, and then I could say, oh, that's Mike's, and it'd be pretty, that'd be pretty easy to do. And then that way, when it sells, I can see how much I sold it for, and then I can turn around and say, okay, well, here's your share of this or whatever. So, but it's just an added step, in the whole process. But you can do that in the remarks, and so I use the remark section, which is a hidden field, and I use it for the drawer number.
Yeah, I did. I don't know if you were around when Hoosier did his auction.
Yeah, I've at least one of them.
But I had a few things in that auction too, and
Okay.
it seemed to go well.
Take a bag. Oh. Yeah, Holland Ballin, I've been on one of their auctions before, and it's a good way to get some good parts.
Well, I don't usually buy at the auctions. I usually just sell.
Yeah, I've thought about it. I've thought about selling stuff on one of them, but I mean, I'm not in a hurry, and so it's one of those things I just need to, like, I have some old 9-volt sets I need to throw on eBay probably, and see if I can get them sold.
You have the transformers for running 9-volt trains.
Yeah, so the one in particular I have set number 4561. It's an old passenger train, and it's brand new in the box, sealed, like what they used to do shrink wrap back then, and so it's actually shrink wrapped. So I just need to get it listed, because I'm never going to open the shrink wrap on it. Even though I'm a train guy, I'm like, I'd be fine with like piecing it together, or building an aftermarket one or whatever, and so I'm just might as well just get it listed and get it sold. So, and then I have a couple of switches that are open box, but I think they're practically new, and some pieces of track and stuff. I actually have a bunch of track, but this particular track is in the box. Oh, and then the big thing I have is some of the build your own train boxes that are sealed from back then. And then I have what's that one called? The Santa Fe series. but it's the it's like a baggage car, I guess. Yeah, baggage car. So, and that's still sealed in the box. So it's stuff like that it's like I'm not going to open it because it would depreciate the value too much. So, you know, why, if I'm not going to open it because I don't want to depreciate the value, then why should I keep it? So, and like this one, I mean, it's brand new in the box, but the box does have like a little dent right there. So that might lower the price a tiny bit, but I don't think so. I don't know. We'll see. So, so it's that kind of stuff. And then like, you know, Haley's whole thing that she just went through is a perfect example. Like, you know, my water spigot for the front yard is right here, right above my store. And if we had if you know, and you know, being in a freezing climate, that's a really common thing to freeze is those outside spigots. And so if that froze, then this whole wall would flood and it would potentially damage those boxes. And that's where I have those, you know, those parts that are new in box. And so it's like, you know, that would severely depreciate the value if they had water damage. So it's like, again, you know, I should get them sold before they get damaged and I can't sell them. So that's those ones I'm you know, I'm planning on list. I just need to do it. And I'll probably go on eBay where I can get, you know, top dollar. So, and yeah, as far as the tax stuff goes, like I said, I'm looking that it's just a hobby and I'm not making any money and I don't ever plan to make any money. I mean, I spend way more than I'll ever bring back. And even on the store alone, like if you don't look at the hobby side, just look at the store. I mean, like I said, I'm so far in the hole that I'm not gonna, you know, it would just be a tax write-off at that point, and you know, I don't think it's worth personally for me to do with the paperwork to get that tax write-off.
It wouldn't do nothing for me either.
Yeah, I thought about trying to do it this year, but I don't know. When I just started looking at the paperwork, and I'm like, it's not. I don't think it's worth it logistically. But yeah, I have another Bricklink seller friend, and that's what he says is that it's you know, we're so small that it's just considered a hobby. When you go in full time or whatever, or you're actually making profit, then yeah. And obviously, you know, for you or anyone else out there listening, don't go by my advice. Talk to your tax person about it. So
unfortunately, my tax person is me.
right, yeah. So I'm in the same boat. And it kind of sucks because I changed jobs this year, and my old job kept me on as a contractor to help them with the transition, and so I charged them, you know, a little bit of money, and I really didn't want to because I was afraid of being, you know, the whole business side of it. And they're like, "Oh no, don't worry about it. We'll send you this form. It'll be fine." And sure enough, I had to pay taxes on it, and I had to get a small business tax account and pay taxes on it. And I just like that's what I didn't want, but that's how it works.
Well, unfortunately, I'm
So
a private contractor, so
yeah,
I end up paying taxes on. Well,
you end up with the small business license anyway.
yeah, I work for Hennepin County as a personal care attendant for some people.
Okay, yeah. So
However,
that's what they did was I was an independent contractor for them.
yeah, however, even under the county's rule that they pay me, I'm still technically a privately contracted employment to them.
Oh yeah, yeah. So did they? Let's see. Let me pull up my document here so I can speak intelligently. Where's it at? Oh, oops, wrong folder.
They basically send me a 1099 with what they
That's what I was going to ask. Yeah, yeah. So that's what they did for me was they sent me a 1099. Is that what it is?
Well, my income is not taxable because it's considered government funding.
Oh no, they sent me a W-9. Is what they did. So I had to send them, or I sent them a W-9. Yeah, I sent them a W-9, and they sent me back something like that.
Basically, a statement of wages.
Yeah.
and then you have to do your taxes based on that. And
I don't know where it is.
yeah, I always throw about 10% of my check into a high gain interest savings account all year long. I just
Okay.
dump a certain percentage over.
Is that enough to pay it?
Usually,
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, mine was about 25% or so, 28.
well,
So,
I've been doing this for about 20 years now. So the first year I was really screwed up.
yeah. Okay.
And then, a couple years later, I started figuring out, okay, I need at least this much from each check. And then my checks got gradually bigger. So every year I kind of play with it a little bit. But
Sure.
I'd
Okay.
rather have a little more left
Yeah.
over at the end of the year in that account than have a little less. Because then I
Yeah.
always drain the account down to its minimum every year and then I start over again.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. I adjusted my W-4, I guess, for this coming year because I owed so much on 2020. So hopefully that takes care of it for next year, or maybe, I mean, I owed a lot before I even put in the business side of it, so I don't think that did anything. But um, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, yeah. Hopefully, I don't have to worry about it the next year. We'll see. It's kind of funny because they sent us a stimulus thing, and I just deposited a stimulus check and then turned around and paid my taxes with it.
I have not seen my stimulus
Well,
yet.
that was for number two for last year's. I haven't seen number three. I don't know if I'm even qualified for one. I went on the website and checked, and they said unable to qualify you, or unable to verify or something. I don't know.
Yeah, well, half the time the government don't even know if I'm working.
Right. Well, that would. Oh, excuse me. That would throw a kink in it for sure.
Because the county doesn't report any of our income, and so therefore they don't, you know, it's weird.
Yeah. No, when I actually did some contracting full time for a while, and I did quarterly payments. Or my accountant did quarterly payments for me. So and that, I mean, that worked, you know. But and I know, like from that experience, I know that it's a pretty big write-off to do. To run your own business because you can claim the whole space. Like for example, I can claim this whole office space as my business, and then I can write off things in the house, even like my mortgage and stuff, to because it's basically paying rent. But it's just again it's that whole paper, and then because it's a store, you have to pay money on inventory at the end of the year, I guess, from what I understand. And so that adds another kink into it, that you have to have your whole store inventoried. And I don't have mine inventoried in that way. Well, I mean, I do obviously have the Bricklink inventory, but I don't have the money side of it, like the cost factor. And well, I didn't at the time. I do now. I just did that recently. I added cost to all my Bricklink items.
Well,
So I know.
my problem right now would be if I started a store and actually went into full swing with this. I don't know how much I paid for this stuff because I bought it to be in the hobby, you know.
Right.
I never bought the stuff I never really bought any of it to
resell.
and then, I don't know.
I'm a data geek, so I tracked all that from the very beginning. Pretty well. This past couple of years, I've slowed down on my tracking. I'm behind on it, and I got a pile of receipts here to go through. So, and it's actually kind of hard because some of the stuff's for the store, which I really need to know that details. But so I know how much I spent, but it's just the value of it is the hard part. So I always just do. Well, I do 20% off. I'm sorry. I do the 6 month sales average minus 20%. So I put it all in the store at 6 month sell average, and I have a permanent 20% discount running. So, and that makes it so I'm average with the current pricing, but then I'm a little bit lower, so I actually get the sales, and it does pretty well for me.
Well, like you said, I need to find a tax accountant somewhere where I can go and talk to him about it before I
Yeah,
go too far. My plan
yeah.
is by January of this year to be up and running, but if I can figure out a way to do it as a hobby,
Yeah, let me see, my buddy, because I asked him about it
and
a year
not
ago, and
have to
then
worry about it all paying tax.
let's see what he said.
It's like 1,500 or 1,000, something like that. But then I was just thinking, when I hit that number, I just close my store until next year.
Yeah, you can absolutely.
Because I have no need, I'm not in a rush to sell. And
So
what I was planning on doing is clearing out all the old minifigures that I have that are, basically brand new in Ziplocs,
right.
and clearing out the extra polys that I have. I wasn't planning on doing parts or anything like that, so.
Yeah, so what he said is that no, the store doesn't make enough. It falls under the IRS classification of making extra cash for a hobby or something similar. And he said he looked it up a few years ago. So, so yeah, when you talk to your accountant, mention that and see what they have to say about it. And maybe they'll give you a number. Maybe they'll just say, oh no, it doesn't. That's not true. I don't know.
Well, and the other side of the coin is you're in Denver,
Yeah,
right? So the laws in the state of Denver versus the laws in the state of Minnesota
right.
could be entirely different, but also, the IRS looks at things differently too, depending on what state you're in.
Oh, and the other interesting thing now is if you have bought anything on Bricklink recently, you might notice that you've been charged sales tax. Bricklink automatically withdraws that, so I never actually see it. I see it on the invoice and I see it go away on the invoice, so I never get it. But I think that's how they're handling all this stuff. All these sellers not paying sales taxes, they're now charging it and paying it on behalf of everyone. So.
Well, if they pay sales tax, does that not cover the tax portion? Then the only thing you'd have to be worrying about is income tax.
Yeah. So
the other thing that I would used to get hung on was it was if I sold any, if I sell myself, in other words, services, I don't have to worry about it. But if I sold something to a customer, like I did computer work or something, and I sold them a part, then you had to pay the sales tax on it too in Minnesota.
Oh, okay. Even though you were paid the sales tax to buy the part?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, when I did contracting, I did IT, and all I did was services. My coworker handled all I was technically a subcontractor for another IT small business, and he handled all the parts.
Yeah, again, unless you start making, I'm guessing, but unless you start making, thousands of dollars a month,
Right.
I don't think they're going to care.
Yeah, I'm.
Especially right now with how they they're so behind with everything anyway.
Well, and I think they look at it on a profit basis as well. So unless you're turning a profit per year, or even per quarter or per month or whatever. So like I had to buy all the bins and all the drawers, and I would have used them for my personal collection anyway. But a lot of these I bought, like this whole bottom row, I bought specifically for the store. So that's all cost, and then buying all the sets to part them out and everything else, that's all cost. And like I said, in the end, I'm for 2020, I'm definitely in the hole a significant amount. I mean, I'm probably like 50%. paid back. So I don't know if you were on earlier, but I was telling Haley that I had some trouble with my train track. I had some 9-volt curves mixed in, and because I have a lot of 9-volt curves, like everyone has a lot of curves in general, and the train was jumping in curves. I figured while I'm sitting chatting, I'll switch some of these out.
Oh, so you're the one that has the train track that goes
Yeah, yeah, it goes on the
around
shelf.
your room.
Yeah, the shelf up here is all, yeah, it's all train track. Or on the front edge, at least of it. But unfortunately, this is also where it goes on a riser, so I have to pop all the risers off. Because it changes height right here, which might be why it's jumping actually, because it's changing height pretty quickly through here. I was saying earlier, I only do I try to do a one plate rise for every one plate rise for every two tracks. I'm looking at this, and it looks like I'm doing one plate every track right here. I might need to smooth out that rise a little bit, and that might help the trains go through.
Yeah, I suppose if you got them up on a, if they are climbing at too high of an angle, it might be a problem.
Yeah, just the longer trains have issue with it. The six car ones. The shorter trains, like a standard Lego set one, would be fine, but I tend to double the sets up, and so they're the ones that struggle. These are the ones that doubled up. So I might start doing 2 engines. I need to look into that, how to tie them together using the new Bluetooth or whatever, and see if that'll help it. Maybe that'll help the batteries last longer too, even though I'm running 2 sets of batteries, potentially. Because I know you can either do, I think you can do 2 sets of batteries with an engine off each battery, which is the way I'd prefer to do it, or you can do 2 engines off 1 battery. So,
well, the 2 engines on 1 battery, that would draw the battery down even faster, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it would, for sure. That's what I'm saying. I'd prefer to do it the other way, where it's 1 engine, 1 battery, and 2 sets. So I might have like a front engine and rear engine, 1 pushing, 1 pulling. I think that'd be the ideal way to go, but it just matter getting the 2 synchronized to go at the same speed. Yeah, I didn't plan 100% on doing this when I started putting my shelves in. And I started over there where the Bricklink store is first, and then I kind of expanded it and had to go higher to clear doorways and stuff.
Future train like Haley.
Oh yeah. Good. Is your thing doing text to speech in the chat?
Yeah. Do you have a?
Yeah, he asked that a while ago. I don't have a Back to the Future train. There we go.
Beehive guy is cute.
Yeah, hopefully is that. So what's that reading from? Is it reading from the StreamYard or from the from YouTube directly?
It's reading from, well, whatever I highlight and copy to my clipboard.
Oh, okay. Because there was a guy earlier on StreamYard that I blocked, but I think it got blocked from StreamYard as well. So it's all right. I just want to make sure I wasn't going to start reading that.
No. I
Okay.
I can see that he was blocked, but I cannot see,
Okay.
because it says that he was blocked, but I can't see what he wrote.
Okay, cool.
If you put me as a whatchamadinky,
Oh, as a mod?
yeah, mod, then I could see what he wrote, but
Yeah.
I was here when it happened, but I didn't.
Didn't read it. Yeah. Yeah, it was just kind of funny because he said I looked like his dad, and so he was disliked the channel and whatever. And I'm like, and he said something about his dad being anti-gay or whatever. And I'm like, dude, I have a husband. So
Well,
it was just,
whether
it was
you're
just
a dad or you're not a dad, it doesn't.
yeah, doesn't really matter, dude. So yeah, it was just trolls. That's what they are.
Right.
So whatever.
I mean, I have a partner as well. She happens to also be somebody who I take care of. So if we got actually married, then financially my income and her income would mix, which is a whole other
Sure.
governmental bullshit thing. And if that happened because she disabled services, she would lose them because I make too much money.
Yeah. Oh, yep. Yep.
So we kind of, as I look at it, we live in sin, and I don't really care because we won't be married and we can't be married, but we've been together for almost 22 years, so who really cares?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you do what works. When we filed separately for years, even though we were legally allowed to file jointly, because it was cheaper for us. It was it was better deal. And it finally worked out that it was actually better for us to file together, so we'd start doing that. Yeah, I have so much curve that I have just a whole giant bin of just curve track. Both 9-volt and regular track. This curve comes in everything, and it's so cheap. And actually, I put a whole bunch in a bin to start selling in my store because I came from new sets, and I'm like, I don't need more curve.
You're probably never going to find anybody that wants to buy curved track, though.
Yeah, you're probably right. I probably won't sell it. I mean, maybe someone like me, because when I first got out of my dark ages, I was like, oh, cool, 9 volts. I want some of that. And I found some curve track on eBay for $1 a section. And so I bought a ton of it, not realizing that it's really cheap and it's really easy to come by. And I bought 200 sections of curve, 200 sections of 9-volt curve. And it was definitely a rookie mistake.
So how long have you been back into Lego?
That was like 5 years, probably, something like that. I think I bought the first set as an adult in 2006, but then I didn't really. Let's see, I can pull it up here. I didn't really start getting into it, I think, until a couple years after that. Come on, open. Like I said, I track all that stuff. So yeah, so the 2012 to 2015 range, I bought a couple of sets because I was working IT at a desk job. So I bought a space shuttle and put it on display on my desk. But then 2016, I actually started buying sets. So 5 years.
The first set that I ever bought as a AFOL, as an adult, was the Maris Train in 2011.
Nice. Yeah, I have that one that I bought used up here. It has an extra, I think it has an extra car with it. I want to build some more shipping containers though for it. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, the first one I bought was a space shuttle, just a little one that doesn't have any wheels on it. But then the first train I bought was a cargo train, the blue one that I was putting together a minute ago. So I bought that pretty early on when I actually started buying sets.
Well, I'm a big nerd in computer-wise stuff, and I sat down one day and I was looking at running a computer business out of my home while I was taking care of people.
Right.
And I'm like, I did it for about 3 years. I actually had a business license, the whole bit. And I was like, this is way too much work.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't something that I could just, say to somebody on the phone, I'll be back in like 5 minutes, and then run and take care of somebody and come back.
Oh,
so
right. No, you definitely can't.
I just decided, nope, that's no longer for me. So I closed that business. And then I was sitting around here bored out of my gourd because yes, people need help, but they don't need help, constantly every minute of every day. So you have sometimes you'll have 3 or 4 hours go by and they don't need nothing. And sometimes, you get, half hour that goes by and they need something. So I started looking into HO trains
Yeah, yeah.
and I was like, this would be good. It's a small thing. I could build a small railroad in our living room and, I could work on it when I, have time, and then I'd still be here for everybody else that needs my help. And I technically would be, here so that, if my boss called me or whatever, I could say, well, I am here, you know, and if they needed something, I'm here to do it. And so they were like, everybody, I thought that would be perfect, and it would be a hobby that would keep me busy while I was doing whatever, killing time waiting for this person to need to use the bathroom or whatever.
Right.
And then the better half suggested to me, well, the HO problem is that once you put it together, it's you glue it, you glue a building or whatever.
Right. You're done.
That's how that building is. So what are you gonna do when you get the whole layout built? What are you gonna do? And I said, well, let me look into Lego. And I started comparing Lego to HO and decided, an HO engine and some cars run about 150, $200 depending on what you're buying. And a Lego train engine, or train set generally runs about, 100, 100 and a half at that time. And then you figure any buildings or whatever, they would all be extra anyway.
Right.
So I decided, well, Lego was the way to go, because then if I didn't like it, I'd just tear the whole thing down and start over.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was in HO, so I think that's why I didn't get any Lego trains as a kid, because I had Lego as a kid, but I had Lego as a kid, but I had HO and O27 trains, and so because of that, I didn't get any Lego trains because I already had trains. I had the model trains, and so I still have all my HO and my O27, but they're in boxes because, like you said, they're just cost prohibitive. There we go.
Don't get me wrong, a lot of those trains are beautiful trains, but Brixar is one of the people that I look at when it comes to a man that has an endless amount of money. It seems like, because he's got all these HO trains and they're all cool and whatever.
All right.
If you look at his layout for them, it's the tiniest little layout because it's a 6x6 piece of plywood. And then you look at, when he sets up train layouts, on his table and stuff, he can set up such more elaborate things with Lego than he can with HO, quicker and easier.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I got all the switches right. There we go.
It hasn't dive bombed onto your head, so you're doing okay.
No. Yeah. That section there that was having trouble with the other day. So, yeah, and that's just it. And plus, like you said, with the gluing and everything else, there's always something you expand on. You can always build a new building and drop it on the HO layout, but yeah, I like the Lego train stuff, and I don't know if, I wanted to do, well, originally when we bought the house, I wasn't into Lego again at the time. I was in my dark ages still, and I was going to do this, but I was going to do it with the regular train, the model trains, and just buying the track alone was too much just to do this, and then it's like it's too loud. Like this, I can run. See, it just got stuck. I think the battery's low. But this I can run, now at 2 a.m. with all the cars, and if I did the full loop, it might be too loud. But the HO and the O27, it's loud. Like you have to put ballast down, like actual good, like cork based ballast, to quiet it up enough to be able to run it. Because it's just too loud. I had a friend when I was about in my early 20s. Him and his dad had a train layout in his dad's garage, and it was like, even with the cork layout on it or the cork stuff on it, it was too loud to run at night. It would keep the wife awake.
Yeah, and you know, you don't want to keep people awake, but on the other side of the coin, you want to be able to run your train when you're available to run your train, and
Right.
if at 2 in the morning you want to run your train and you can't do it because whatever rule.
Right. Well, that's why it's nice that the Lego's a little quieter. So, yeah. I could probably honestly run it and be okay. This is the first night that I've stayed up all night, so it's kind of a test to see how much noise I make, and I'll be told if, you know, I kind of have a pass tonight to make the noise, and we'll see, you know, what wakes them up or what doesn't. So, but whatever.
So don't go running upstairs with pots and pans and slamming them around.
Yeah, no, that is what wakes me up, and that's what pisses me off. So I did the dishes early, got that out of the way early, and I'm not gonna, like, I need to put in, you know, like, I have a bunch of projects I need to work on, right? Like, I need to put in a spigot outside, which means I need to drill through the brick mortar of the house to get the water line out there. One, it's cold outside, so but I'm not going to do that. Like, next time I'm on night shift, I'm not going to do that in the middle of the night. I'm not going to go drill on the side of the house. Not only would it echo through the house, but it'd be loud for the neighbors too. When, like, I'm not going to go mow in the yard in the middle of the night because I'm going to be able to see it, but also the neighbors. You know, I don't want to keep the neighbors awake. So stuff like that. So I'll find quieter stuff to do, but there's plenty of stuff I can work on. I mean, like, I got the store, and that's the hard part. Like you're saying at the Bricklink store, like, doing just minifigs is a great idea because, like, I have a couple of sets I parted out, but I parted them out and I got them all separated into cups with all the different parts. But now I got to inventory all those cups and add them into the drawer and put the number in the remarks. So that way I know where to find it. And so I got to do all that, and it takes time. Like, I use these little yogurt cups here, and I have like 150 of these cups that have parts in them, and so I gotta, you know, go through each one and count them and add them to the store, and it just, so it's and that's something that I can do that's, you know, relatively quiet, that, you know, I can, you know, either later tonight or tomorrow or something, I'll start working on that. But
I got an order of not lug stuff, but a bunch of bricks came in from a bulk order, and my partner said, "What are you going to do with all that? It's just garbage." And I said, "No, it's not garbage. There's sets in there." And she said, "Well, how do you know what parts go to a set?" And I said, "Well, essentially, you got to sit here and kind of know what set you're looking at, and then pick through and find all the pieces for a set."
Yep.
And once you've done that, it's amazing.
Yeah, what I usually do, well, so when I get bulk, I mean, there's a couple of things. I mean, one, I can get the instructions with it, and that helps a lot, obviously. But the other thing is I just find unique parts. I'm like, so I got the Grand Emporium was in one. So one bulk set I had the Grand Emporium, had the Back to the Future Cusco car, and it had the red passenger train, the old school red passenger train. And I don't think I had any instructions at all. But the Back to the Future car, so it was a really dirty bulk set, so I had to wash it. And so when I was going through and washing it all, the Back to the Future car, the license plates showed up. And I'm like, and then the flux capacitor showed up, and that really gave it away. And so I looked that set up and built it. And then on the Grand Emporium, I don't know what gave it away on that one. But there was some, so a lot of times, like I have on a different bulk buy, I have Benny's spaceship, the spaceship, and the windscreen. I'm like, oh, that's an interesting looking windscreen. And so I looked at the part number on it and I looked it up, and the only set it came in was that set. So it's like, okay, I have to have that spaceship, obviously.
Or most of it.
Yeah, or most of it. And so it's in a bin of parts. But what I did is I printed off from Bricklink. I printed off the whole parts list, and then I just went through and started finding parts and checking them off the list, like physically checking them off. And I'm down to like 5 parts that I need, and I'm sure I have them. I just haven't done that search again for them. And like same thing with the Grand Emporium, I was missing like a couple of parts, and I've been slowly piecing together, and I think I'm missing like 1 part now on it.
I know you're live and all, but give me about 5 minutes. I'll be right back.
Okay, no worries. Doesn't look like anybody's in the chat. I think Johnny went to bed. He hasn't said anything in a while. No other trolls jumped on, so I think all my lug members are asleep. Let's see if anybody saw my post. Nope, everyone's asleep. Man, that heater's gone loud. Didn't used to be that loud. It's too bad. It's a good heater. Let's see if I can make it a little more level. No. A little better, maybe. Maybe I should build something. All right. Get something to dump these bricks into. Back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah, no worries. I mean, you don't have to hang out or whatever if you got stuff to do. Or...
I have nothing to do.
Nothing. So I
Well, I have a
bought.
lot of things I could.
Right. Yeah, I know that goes.
A lot of things I could do, but nothing that I need to do.
I bought Emerald Knight off another YouTuber years ago. Well, I don't know. I don't know if it was years ago, but a year ago maybe. And never put it together. So it's only the engine. I think this actually be easier on the table. Oh, I thought he said it did not have minifigures. I actually see some. You see one. As a conductor guy. So, but yeah. So it's only the engine. It's not the. Doesn't have the passenger car. It might have. Probably has a tender as well. So figured since we're talking trains, I might as well put it together. Where's
I'll tell you, the green pieces
Oh.
in that train look beautiful.
Yeah, and they're apparently pretty hard to find, which is part of what makes the set a little more pricey. So that's why when I built the, well, I mean, I built the Hogwarts one specifically to for Hogwarts, but that's why I didn't mind it being a different color, because I wasn't worried about the color on it.
So do you have a lot of different trains, or do you?
I have pretty much all the 9 volts since I got back into Lego. So I think it's, and I saw someone that had like a shelf, and the shelf had like, it was like straight up with all the different trains, and I wanted to do something like that, but I don't have the wall space. Or I made some space, but I hung a piece of artwork there, so I still don't really have the wall space. So I just leave them on the layout. So pretty much, if you watched that train loop video I posted a couple days ago, or if you go back and watch it, you'll see them all. You see everything I have is up there. Everything I've built, at least. The only one missing is the Hogwarts one, and that it's in a box. I mean, in order to put it up there, I need to make more sightings, because that's kind of the problem, right? I can't run them if the trains are on the track. So like when I was trying to do that video, I'm like, well, I don't want to take these trains down, but you need to have the track clear so I can run these things, and I can run one of them, and so I had to build a bunch of siding. But yeah, I don't even know. I think I have 3 cargo trains and 3 passenger trains, I want to say. So I have the new Bluetooth-based cargo train. Actually, I have three copies of it, because I bought 2 for the store, but I think I'm just going to keep them. And then so I have 2 of them that are not built and 1 that's built. And then I have 2 copies of the new passenger train, but I did them back to back. And then the previous version, when they had the infrared, I have 2 copies of the white passenger train, and I made them so the white one I think it came with a front car and a rear car, and then 1 middle car. So I used the 2 copies, and I made front car, rear car, and 4 middle cars. So again, it's a 6-car version. And then I found in the bulk purchase, I found that red passenger train, so that's put together. I think the engine's missing from it though. Need to put that back together. And then, oh, I do have, and so then on the cargo train side, I have the current one, and then I have, I think the red one was before that, and then I have the blue one. That's the first one I bought back in 2016. And then I do have the hidden side train. I picked that one up used. Oh, and then I have the Maersk train as well that I picked that up used. I mean, that was one of those ones I'm like, I'm never gonna get that. It's too expensive. And then they had it at the store, the Bricks and Minifigs, so I grabbed it when they had it there. So, and it's just like this one. I'm like, I'm never gonna get that, and then it came up for a good deal, and so I grabbed it. So. But yeah, I mean, back to your point of like the HO versus the L gauge, so to speak, the Lego stuff. It's like I have an HO train engine that I bought. It's like an old school steam engine, and I bought it brand new back in probably my early 20s, and it was like 150, 200 bucks for just one engine. And that's all you get is an engine and tender car. And I still have it. It's still in its box. Like, it's not new in box, but I probably ran it. But I could have bought a whole set. So, and I'm not going to try to go like, you know, with like how Brixar does and try to get all the old trains and try to complete the collection or whatever. I'm not worried about that. I'm happy with I'll just buy them as they're available and try to get them on sale if I can. Like, I want the Crocodile. I haven't gotten the Crocodile yet. So, and hopefully I can get it on sale at some point. And, you know, at the very least, hopefully I get it before it goes out of stock.
Well, I have the Maris like we talked about.
Yeah.
I have 2 copies of the Horizon Express.
Horizon
the
Express.
orange passenger train.
Oh, okay.
The whole selling point of that was you buy 2 of them so you can put them back to back. But I didn't buy 2 for that reason. I just bought them anyway.
Oh, okay, that one. Yeah, I don't have that one. But yeah, that's what I've done with a couple of my passenger trains. Well, all of them but the red one.
And then I picked up the Winter Village Winter Holiday train.
The more current one?
The one in 2016.
Okay. I do have that one. I'm not sure. I assume it's the same one. I haven't built it yet though. Winter Holiday, yeah, 2016. Yeah, that's the one I have.
And then I have the Crocodile.
Nice.
And then I believe I have the red passenger train as well. It's just not under this category, but
Yeah. I mean, I can go grab mine and you can see if it looks familiar, but yeah. Oh, sorry, I can add your thing. I didn't realize you were doing screen share.
Yeah, I popped up the holiday train.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then I have the holiday train. This is the red one that I have. I'm sure it's the same one you have.
Yep, that's the one I have. Yeah, I found that's the one I found used in the bulk, and it's pretty obvious because it had like the obvious train logo on it and stuff like that, and all the train pieces. Like it was actually complete in the bulk. I was pretty impressed.
I have 2 of these which
Nice.
are open and used, but they're not beat up or anything.
Even used, they fetch a fair price. So I missed the boat on those, and I backed 4D Bricks when they were just starting. I backed their Kickstarter and bought their double crossover as a Kickstarter promotion. So.
Well, this is a sucky crossover.
Yeah, because you can't do the switches individually, right? They're toggled together.
No, you can do them individually, but you can't if you run it if you're switching to go this way,
Uh huh.
you cross, but this one will also cross at the same time.
Right, right. That's what I mean. Yeah. The two switches
Otherwise,
on.
you have to go both of them straight.
Yeah. So with the 40 bricks and same thing with the Trix bricks version, you can all four switches are independent of each other. So what I did with the one I have on the video, I mean that's the way I ran it was I did it like an X pattern. It's actually I actually used that one on there. But yeah, you can do any configuration you want. It's just one of mine is stuck. I need a new piece for it. On that train station that you have in the background there, I picked that one up used at the Bricks and Minifigs.
That one there?
Yeah, I have that one behind me. I need to find a place to display it.
I have basically a layout that's about 40 by 80,
Okay.
which equivalates out to people that they don't know is 8 base plates by 4 base plates.
Okay, yep. Oh,
And
8 that. Okay. Oh, 40 inches. Okay, yep, okay.
the train stations themselves, when you lay them out,
Uh-huh.
I have another one here somewhere, but when you lay them out, they're just way too big.
Oh, okay.
Like even this one. I like them. They're beautiful train stations,
Yeah, I don't have that one.
but they're just too big for the layout. And if you put a train station on there, you take up so much property that you can't really do much of nothing else.
So it's funny because actually one of the guys in the group in the lug he has a train station that's probably 40 by 80 by itself. I mean it's pretty close, and he only displays it at shows, but yeah when he set it up at the show, it was like that first train station. I think it was like 3 or 4 of those all put together with like flyovers and everything else. It was pretty impressive. I might have a photo of it actually. I can check. But he kind of goes overboard. But he buys all that stuff and then combines them all, and then and then when you take them to a show and you have a ton of, like in a show, of course you have as much room as you want to display. So.
And then I have this train.
Yep. So that's the one I just put back together a minute ago.
That's the one you said you bought off of Amazon.
Or no. Is that the new Bluetooth one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then yes. That's the one I have 3 of.
Yeah, I saw it on Amazon. I think it was Prime Day.
It might have been.
And I was like, for that price, I need like 3 of them. So I put in 3 different orders. Amazon kicked 2 of my orders.
Oh no, I think this was just a random day because the max that you were allowed to buy was 3. What's that set number? Do you still have it up?
60198.
Yeah, it was last October. And I don't know, view your item, I guess. No. Well, that takes me back to the page. So it's currently going for $199. It looks like they have a sale right now. Oh, there we go. Invoice. I paid $129 for it, and it was just a regular promotion, but it was on sale. So and they let me get 3 of them. Which when Amazon has sales, that's the limit is 3. I've noticed. So it looks like it retails for $230, and I paid what did I say, $130?
Yeah, something like that.
So yeah, it was a pretty yeah, $127. It's a pretty steep discount, and I turned around and sold one of them at face value at my cost to one of my lug members because he missed out on the sale. So I already had one, so I ended up with 2 extra. and I've already opened them all up and taken all the straight track, or actually all the track out of it. The final one, I think that's all I pulled out was just the track. All the rest of the parts are in a bin. Like I even left all the bags together and stuff. So the first one I opened though, I pulled the engine out and stuff.
Yeah, that train has never even left the carton it came in here on.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a good build. I enjoyed it.
Well, my problem is kind of like your problem. I only can run like 2 trains at a time if they're smaller. And so when I get, I don't have room for a dozen trains.
Right.
I'm thinking about building like Hoosier and Haley does for a show, to make, to make a bigger layout.
Well, I think Hoosier uses a 2-car garage to basically stage in.
Yeah.
But when he did his whole layout, it was I was blown away. I didn't realize it was that his layout was that big.
Yeah, I think you said it was like 8 feet by 96 feet or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I didn't even hear that. That's crazy. I know when I just saw it laid out, and it was a lot. So is that Brickset?
Yep.
Yeah. I started using Brickset, and then I quickly ran out of time. I didn't finish it. I'm trying to see if I have a photo of that train station I was talking about. I don't think this is the right photo album. Oh no, there it is. So in the background there. So he took his White Passenger train and he made one of them a double-decker car.
Wow.
And then, but in front of that, in our view, is the I guess I can go over here and show you this. So it looks like he took 4 of that train station and put them together, and he has like a bridge crossing, so the minifigs can cross the other side, and there's another platform on the other side. And I think there's 3 tracks there, so he actually has 3 platforms. But it looks like only one of them connects to the layout. So 2 of them are just parking spots. So, and then if this was the same, this is if you follow him, this is Moto. He makes those big crazy spaceships. There's my Hogwarts that fell on the floor. I guess that's it. So I think that's my White Passenger there. And there's a 4D Bricks double crossover in the bottom corner there. So
Okay.
that's a 3D printed. That's one of their early versions. But going backwards, so like here's the whole club layout, and like each person did a section or contributed to a section. So this is not the one I was thinking of. The one I was thinking of, he had a bridge. The guy that built the train station put in a bridge, and there was a big bridge going across. So I don't see that though. Oh, there's probably my Maris going around. There's the Hogwarts that I have. It's all the cars, but the tender, which is out of shot there, has been changed. And this is a big space station thing that one of our members is building. It's now twice the height of this. He uses all old gray brick because he started that long ago, and he's still working on it. And he's taken it to actually a couple of really big shows. I think he took it to Brickworld Chicago back in 2019. But like I said, it's twice the height now. But I haven't seen an update of it yet.
That old gray brick is very expensive though.
Yeah, it's become, it used to be all right for him, but now it's gotten pricey on him. I think there's the Emerald Knight version of the Hogwarts, but I changed the tender now. The tender's quite a bit bigger. but the engine's the same. I tried to power it using the big motor like they tell you to, and I couldn't get it to go, so I ended up putting the engine and everything in the tender. I think that's my old harbor display. It's now quite a bit bigger.
Oh,
I switched from that little whatever that was 3x3 base plate, 4x4 base plate to same size as what you were talking about. It was 9.5 by 5 base plate.
so I also have the newer Hogwarts Express.
Yep. So that's what that's based on.
And I have 2 copies of the Lone Ranger.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I don't have that, but I did figure out recently. I was looking through some other used bulk, and I saw some elements that looked interesting to me, and I figured out that I have the Toy Story train, but I only have about half of it. So I set aside the half that I found, and again I went through the Bricklink list and checked off everything I have. So I know I have a bunch of the parts are just generic parts. I just need to dig through my used bins and find it. But the rest is there are some parts in there that are like specific to that train, so I'll have to source those. But I'll definitely put that one together.
Wow.
There is. I know I have pictures of that other because I took pictures of his bridge because I want to build the same one. So he did a couple of other builders have done it as well. They took the Spider-Man action bridge that came out a couple years ago.
Okay.
And it's a quarter. It basically looks like the Brooklyn Bridge, but they did a quarter of it, and for the set. And so I actually saw it online, and I sent him a picture of it, knowing that he was a train guy, and he turned around and went out and immediately bought 14 copies of that set. And you take 4 of them, and you can make a full span bridge. And he did that, and he put a train on it. And so he brought it to a show, and I did the same thing because I saw the picture of it, right? I saw it first, and I was like, oh, cool, that's a cool idea. And so I managed to score 4 of them. It took me a while to find them all, and but I haven't put them together yet. That's on my backlog as well. Oh, there's the let's see. Go back to sharing screen. So there's the Grand Emporium that I pieced together out of bulk. I put it on a Mills plate, but it was missing. So it has this little banister on the corner, right above the word shop. I don't remember if that one was the right color, but it was missing the one for above. And then you can see all these window pieces are missing over here on the right, on the top floor. So I've sent in the flags are the wrong colors and stuff like that. So I've gotten most of that all put together. I think the only thing I'm missing is still maybe the banister. But I think even that I've sourced, and then now I've gone through and I added lights to it, so it's all lit up now. This was right after I pieced it together. I just happened to find that one. I'm trying to find those other ones still. Oh, that might be it. Maybe. Yeah. I think I found the right show, maybe.
Well, I'm sure it's a different train than what you have, but I also have a Toy Story train, but it's the Duplo Toy Story train.
Oh, yeah, no, it's definitely a different one. No. Found a bunch of pictures from a random show, but I don't see the bridge that I was talking about. So it must not be the right one. Oh, I did stole this picture off Facebook, and it's this one's a work in progress. But someone I've seen completed versions of this, but people have made a round. What do they call them? Turntables.
The roundhouse?
Yeah, the roundhouse. Yeah, roundhouse with the turntable and everything. So that was just a random photo that I found, but I've seen really good ones done where it's actually sunk in and it's done really well. But that's on my list somewhere. Let's see if I can find. I think it was a Comic-Con.
Well, if I decide to build a big layout, that's one of the things I'm building.
The
But
roundhouse.
But I'm going to do it with taking a section around train track or and make a complete circle.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to make the
yep.
part that the train rides on, actually, I'm going to motorize it so that part that the train is sitting on actually can turn by a train motor and have a PF train engine be the wheels, and then have a pivot point in the middle.
Yeah, I've seen it done like that, and that's definitely a good way to go. Or if that's too wide, I think you can do it with like roller coaster track as well. And I don't know if it'd make a tighter loop or not, but having a track like that, I think is the best way to go because it'll be able to move a lot more free.
I'll just have to shave the ends off of the track that are on the ends when it goes around.
Off the track?
So it doesn't connect up. So it can freely spin past the next track and whatever.
Because it won't otherwise?
Well, the hookup pins will hit each other. You know, if you clip the two tracks together, if you make one that's turning, you can get it close if you shave the pin.
Oh, right. I get what you mean. On the top, yeah.
It'll hang up.
Yeah, on the top, yeah. Okay, I was still picturing the mechanism on the bottom. But yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, there might be a way to do it without doing that, but I don't know. I'm not against modifying it, but yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to find those photos. I know I saw them at one point, so I know they're still floating around my computer. Let's see. I was looking for a part. So my job is, well, the night shift is 6 p.m. to 6 a.m., so I got to make another 3 hours. Just kind of stay on schedule. It's not that one. Where's that?
When do you actually go back to work?
Monday night. So I mean I'm a little early. I probably didn't need to stay up tonight. But I have a hard time like changing my sleep schedule, so I figured I might as well just start early. And it's kind of hard because tomorrow night I actually have to stay up until, well, Monday morning I have to stay up until after 9 because I have a getting my COVID shot at 9. So, and then of course it's supposed to be snowing and it's across town, so I'll be having to drive over there in the snow and then get back and get some sleep and then go to work at 6. So it's gonna be a shorter sleep day. I don't know if I want to dare take a nap before 9. I think it just makes me too groggy. It'd be like, go to bed for 3 hours in the middle of the night and then wake up in the middle of the night and go to an appointment and then come back and get another 5 hours sleep. I don't know if I'm going to bother doing that or not. Maybe I'll just take a nap. But I'm afraid if I, like last night I took a nap and I ended up sleeping all night. So if I do take a nap, I might have to set an alarm or something. See, this hard part. I trust the guy that I bought this from, but this is a used set, and so I'm kind of trusting the fact that all the parts really are here. Because I think he had it assembled up until he sold it to me, and he disassembled it specifically to ship it to me to make it easier on the packaging. So for this particular set, I'm glad he included the instructions because, I built this, when I built this for the Harry Potter one, I used the online instructions, and they were really, like the colors on it are really hard to see online on the PDF.
I think Lego does it on purpose.
Yeah, I think, well, and it's also their older PDFs are, they're older, and so they didn't maintain the quality. Like now, I think they're taking the original version and digitizing them. I mean, they're already digital, but they're publishing those original versions. But yeah, I think part of it too is for competition. They don't want to, give away all their work. Well, that's not it. That's close, but that's not it.
So did you get the 40-year anniversary train?
Actually, I think I do have that. Is it? No, maybe. I don't know. I have maybe not. I have like a little tiny polybag train, but I don't know. Maybe I don't have that one.
Well, that's what it looks like.
Here, let me switch back to that screen. I was just looking it up. Yeah, that's what I was picturing. Let me look in the real deep backlog and see if it's in there. Oh, I know I haven't built it. Oh yeah, no, I have it. I probably bought the one because I just one of those like fear of missing out kind of things. So yeah.
Well, it was a giveaway.
Right there. Well, yeah, I mean, I had to have bought something to get it, but.
And then, of course, you probably have that one for a poly bag.
No, I have. Oh, stretch. I have this. There's a video right there. That little guy.
Oh, the blue one?
Yeah, this little blue and kind of Independence Day looking one.
Yep.
I don't think that's a sticker. Yeah, all my kind of random bulk is in buckets upstairs, ready to be washed. That's definitely not something I'm going to do in the middle of the night. Way too loud to wash Lego in the middle of the night. But so I need to get that washed, and then I can start looking through it again for parts. But in the there it is. In the meantime, like if I can't find a part, I'm kind of stuck.
And then you said you had all the brickheads.
Yeah, I have most of them. So the brickhead started with Comic-Con exclusives, so I'm missing those. And then after that, I'm missing. Looks like according to my list here, I'm missing Lloyd, which is early on. I'm missing Batman, which is the early on one. And then I skipped a couple on purpose, like I skipped Belle and Beast, and I don't have Jeffrey. And I skipped Stephen Creeper and Owen and Blue and Elsa and Anna and Ariel and Ursula. But then the 4 Walmart / Target exclusives from the Lego Movie 2, Emmett, Wildstyle, Benny, and Sweet Mayhem. I missed all those, obviously.
So
and then I'm not on my list, but I know is missing is at least I don't see it on my list because I'm pretty sure I don't have it. Is Harry Potter's Hagrid and Buckbeak, because that was some kind of weird short exclusive thing. So
yeah, that was a promotion.
is that what it was? Was it like a gift with purchase?
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, I missed that one.
It was a gift for purchase for 2 days.
Oh, jeez.
And according to what I was told, the rest of them were sent back to Lego and destroyed.
Oh man. So yeah, so I might try to piece those because I am a big Harry Potter fan. So I might try to piece those ones together, at least as much as I can, with non-exclusive parts. And
there's nothing in them that's exclusive.
oh, is it okay? I haven't looked it up. I don't know.
I mean, I just threw it up on the screen if you wanted to look at it.
Oh yeah.
He's got a pink umbrella, but you can get that in a lot of sets.
Okay.
And then the lantern, of course, that's out of a lot of
I
sets.
actually have. Well, I used to have that lantern in my store. I might still have it.
But otherwise, it looks like he's basically basic bricks, and so is the bird.
Yeah. It looks pretty straightforward.
Because there's no printed tiles on these like there are in.
Yeah,
like
some of the other ones. Yeah.
He's got his printed tile and.
Yeah. So the Ghost, I think it was really hard to find for about a year, and then I think Amazon randomly had a bunch of them. And so yeah, the Halloween Ghost, he was like impossible. Like the stores had like one. They'd get it in and they'd have one, and it was driving me crazy, and I couldn't get it. And so then like a year later, it showed up I think on Amazon for a decent price, and I was able to buy one before the price went back up again. So I managed to get that one, and so yeah, I have, and like all the seasonal ones I consider brickheads. So I have all those.
So you have the bee and the rabbit and the witch and
Yeah.
And the clauses.
Yep, I have the clauses. Yeah.
You have the birthday clown.
Yep, I have all the ones there on your screen. I should have the Scarecrow. Doesn't look super familiar, but I should have them. Oh, and I think I have the new Disney ones. Yeah, I have the new Disney ones. I'm looking to see if I have the Scarecrow up here. I think I do. Some of these are double stacked, so.
The pandas are new.
Yeah, I did pick those up recently.
Are you going after the pets?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, the birds and the fish are out.
Yep. I have the fish here in front of me, and the birds are next to them.
So you're looking for this Lloyd?
Yeah, I think I'm missing that one, and I have to go through it. I mean, I buy them at Bricks and Minifigs, and sometimes I forget to check them off. Oh, that's a different Scarecrow, I think. maybe it's the right one. I think it looks like I bought the Scarecrow maybe when I was traveling because it's in a Ziploc bag. Yeah, so there's one of them for. So this one is. It's funny. It says exclusive on it, but I don't think it's a Comic-Con exclusive. Oh shit! Try to step on a box. So it's the Mr. Wu or whatever, you know, one of the. Let's see who is he? He would be.
Master Wu?
Yeah, Master Wu. Yeah. So I think that's who that is. And it says it on the plate down there. It says exclusive on it, but I don't think it's any kind of like Comic-Con exclusive.
No, I have the same one. That's the one he's got like little knots underneath his beard.
Yeah. Yeah, he does.
Maybe it's exclusive to Ninjago.
Oh, maybe. So yeah, those ones I bought at Bricks and Minifigs, and I just left them in the bags. It was easier. Yeah, I think I have some more because these are. Oh, I have a bunch on the shelf over there too. Yeah, I don't have them all together. I really need to go through and inventory them. So. Yeah, a couple. I was able to start collecting them early enough on that the ones I was missing, I was able to find pretty quickly.
This
Like-
one will be hard for you to find if you ever really go
Your
looking
screen.
for
Which one?
the Wonder Woman. But
Oh yeah.
that's
Well, I
not the
think-
Wonder Woman that's sold in the stores. That's a Wonder Woman that was sold as a kid's after school
Oh,
build.
okay. What are you doing? My dog's chirping at me. Like this, he has a cone on. He has a cone of shame. I think because he can't get over to my desk, so he's upset. Is that there? Is that what you want? Or you want to go upstairs? Yeah, let's go. Come on. Go. I don't know if that's what you wanted or not. It's probably trying to get me to go to bed.
Your dog telling you it's bedtime.
Yeah. Well, he's been down here sleeping on the couch. And he's used to sleeping next to me in bed.
He says, "I need my warming father."
You're right. Yeah, my heat is gone. Needs that body heat. Okay, where did I leave off? Oh yeah, they're doing the gear thing. Where's the gear thing? One.
So, what do you think of the new road plates?
Well, you know, I'm on the fence. I haven't done anything with road plates yet in general. Like I haven't built a town, and I don't have a town. I don't have any roads right now. I just have a couple of modulars built, kind of thing. So I'm in a position where I can go either way. And I didn't really care for them when I first saw them, but you know, after I started looking at them and thinking about how I can make them into mills and everything, I'm like, yeah, they might work, and definitely be a lot cheaper than doing like brick built roads. So I saw they were on sale the other day at Target, and so I might.
What were they clearancing them out for?
They were like 25% off. So I think they go for 25%, or they're on sale for 15 or something like that. And I didn't pick any up, and I don't know if they're still on sale. Come here. Come here. Here you go. Bring the dog over so he doesn't whine. So I don't know if they're still on sale or not, but I was thinking about picking some up and just to try them and see what they're like. But I know a bunch of the members of the lug picked up a bunch of the parts, and they're really excited about the possibilities with the pieces. So
Did you ever get this one?
No, the older Holiday Train, or is that
No,
just a polybag?
It's the Polybag Emerald Knight.
No. Well, no, because that was 2014, so that was before I was that was during my Dark Ages.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got this one. This is 2020.
Yeah, that's the one.
And then there's this one that's 2017.
Okay, no. No, I don't have that one. I haven't seen that one before. Although I do have a bunch of those wheels, I think, so could probably build that pretty easy. Oh, I don't know, those blue arches look, I don't think I've seen those before. In blue.
Here?
Yeah, I have them in black, but I don't think I've seen them in blue. I don't know if I have that in that color. Okay, down. 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 Good boy.
617-0738.
Let's see. Oh, yeah. So, oh, it only came in that one set. There you go.
Yeah.
So if I have it, I have the set.
Well, you could have them because of just being in.
Yeah, and I buy a lot of used bulk.
I could see a kid owning this thing.
Yeah.
I mean, this train's only worth, well, here, let's look at it.
Yeah, $4, $3.50.
Well, in the U.S., they're selling them.
14, yeah.
Who's gonna buy a polybag for
Yeah,
$25?
new in the bag. Well, those are all new.
Yeah, these are all new sealed.
Yeah. I mean, I could.
$15 for it is kind of high.
Yeah, it's something I'd probably just throw on my Bricklink wish list, and if I happen to be buying from a seller that has a used one or whatever. But I'm not really worried about it. Like I said, I'm not out to try to collect a bunch of older sets. The only, I mean, there are a couple. Like I would like to get the modulars and stuff that are older, but it's I'm not gonna go out of my way to do it.
Yeah, I haven't built any of my modulars, but I bought them for basically retirement value.
Sure.
So I got the pet shop, and I got the Palace Cinema, and the Parisian restaurant, the detective's office, and the brick bank. And I got Assembly Square, which I should have bought more of him, and the diner, and the garage, and the bookshop. And of course, this silly little police station.
Yeah, I don't think I don't have the police station yet. So for the recent ones, I'm missing the police station and the bookshop.
You know what? I don't have
And
that
then-
one that you parted together either.
Oh, the Grand Emporium. That's an older one. That's from 2010.
Right.
I just happened to find it in a used bin, and I probably paid, I think, $60 for that bin. And I got that and that train, and I got a police station, or a generic city police set. But a couple of big sets, and it also had a half of the Simpsons house. But I tried to piece that one together, and there was too much missing.
Well, maybe at some point when I get ready to sell my Quickie Mart in Simpson's house.
Yeah, well, and it was one of those, like, I didn't have enough interest in it to put it together. I thought about it, and I'm like, no, I don't. I mean, I like watching the cartoon, but I don't want to spend the money to piece this whole thing together. So it's got absorbed into my bulk at this point.
Yeah, well, that Simpsons house is, excuse me for saying, is astronomically out of control.
Is it? I mean, and it might be worth it to piece it together and then turn around and sell it, maybe on eBay or something. But I don't know. Like I said, I'd have to go digging for a bunch of parts, and a bunch of parts were like broken. There was a couple that were broken, like they'd glued the corner of a big plate and then it sheared off, stuff like that. See, this is the hard part. Like in these instructions, I can't tell if this is supposed to be black or dark gray. It looks like it's dark gray. And that's the same problem I had with the online version. It looks like dark gray. Let's see, where's the slope? Same color as that.
See, the Simpsons house, if you had it complete with figs and everything,
Yeah.
used is $248 right now.
Wow. Yeah, and I actually do have quite a few of the figs. I think I might be missing some of them, but I think most of the figures are there.
But new sealed, you're looking at about $400.
Wow.
And then of course I have the Quickie Mart as well, which I'm hoping that Lego puts out another Simpsons like building this year.
Oh, okay. I don't know. It depends on if they have the license for it still.
I don't know, but I don't know. I can't speak to that because I don't know.
Yeah.
But I will say that the Quickie Mart itself is going for about $4.
Wow.
And the two together, if you sold them together, like on eBay, I've been hearing that you can get somewhere in the realm of $1,500 to $2,000.
Oh, geez. That's crazy.
Now that's new in box sealed.
Right.
That's I don't know what used would be. But I'm assuming even used, you probably get $1,000 for.
I think I need to go let the dog outside. I hear him whining again. I'll be right back.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, they definitely need to go out. But he's probably also whining because it's 3:30, and that's the time my first alarm usually goes off when I wake up on day shift. So he's probably gonna want breakfast soon.
Yeah, but you got to break his habit too.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, I'm only on, like this week I'm only on day shift I'm only on night shift for a week. Um, so and lately I've actually been off work, so he's been on like breakfast at like 5, so he can wait basically. Um, as long as he doesn't start whining or go wake up the husband, I'll be all right.
You ever lock him in the basement with you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't, not usually, but I can. Usually I'm the other way around. I'm locking him out of the basement. Um, they're not allowed down here on their own. Um, so, and it's, yeah. Distracted by pulling random other parts I don't need. What do I need? With those two, with those three, and those two. Okay. Yeah, that's the problem I had before. Is in the instructions these black parts, and I thought it was just an online. Well, on the online, the black parts all blended together, and you couldn't see the lines. But now the black parts actually look like dark gray. So it's hard to see. Like I keep thinking I'm supposed to be looking for a dark gray part, and it's actually a black part. Two of those. Did that and did that. I need 2 green ones. That's weird. What's up? You stay here? Weasley, hey. Come here, sit. 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 Down. 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 I tried putting a bed down here once for him, and they didn't really care for it. Let me try again. Let's see. Oh, hey, Doc. Yep, real time. Been here for 3 hours. Good morning.
Hey, Doc Simpson.
Okay, Weasley, place. Place. Good boy. Sit. Down. Down. Good boy. Down. All the way. Down. Good boy. Yeah, Doc, I'm on nights this week, so I'm running a nighttime stream. Keeping awake, building the Emerald Knights.
And I don't really know why I'm staying awake, but it's just I am.
Dog's distracting me. I don't know where I left off. So we'll go to next up. So I assume, Doc, you're just waking up. Although I think you're kind of a night owl, so you might be still up. I'm just gonna go there. was watching a documentary on pirates.
What were them dirty scoundrels up to? Sorry, that was my best Pirates impression.
Yeah. Yeah, he says, yeah, this is his daytime. Yeah, that's what that's what I thought. Another one by one. Where you at? There's one. Yeah, super exciting, but you know, I could be here alone, trying to stay awake. So at least now I have someone to talk to. Which I think with the energy drink I had a little while ago, I think I'll have the opposite problem, is I won't be able to go to sleep.
Which
There's,
may not be the worst thing that's happened.
well, at the go to sleep. I'm supposed to be going to sleep at 7 o'clock. So I think by then, 4 hours from now, this will all wear off and I'll be fine. See, now I have the conundrum of like things like this. I really don't want to get dusty because I don't want to wash it. I don't want the stickers to come off or the print to fade or whatever. So do I set it on the shelf and let it get dusty, or do I like put it back in a bag after I built it so that way I can stay semi-clean? I think that's what might be what I do, is build it, put it in a bag, put it on the shelf, and that way it stays clean. Green parts.
But at least it's built then, and then you can look at it when you need it.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And knowing already that how hard of a time I had the Hogwarts version to motorize and run, I don't think I'm going to try to motorize it. I might motorize tender like I did before, because that worked out pretty well. Dark, there it is. So I'm figuring out the colors they're using here and slowly getting the hang of it, because like what looks like dark gray, or what it looks like light gray, is actually dark gray. So that one goes there. So, oh, no. There's another one that's there. No. Big one. It's kind of nice. Like I basically built this set before, but I pieced it together and did different colors. Which is where I think a lot of the parts I'm missing off that train earlier that I was talking about. I think that's where they went because there's red and the Harry Potter one's red. But it's been so long that I don't remember how the build was. So it's kind of like doing it for the first time, and the colors are all different.
Well, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. That guy. Those. More. Yeah, now that I'm on rotation, shift rotation, I'll probably be doing this more often throughout the. So this time I'm only doing 1 week of night shift. Oh, snuck some non-Lego in here. Recognize that pretty quick because the back of it was square anti-studs back there, but it says M38 on it.
Not the right one.
Yeah, which the guy I got it from, I can't blame him. Do you know Blindside Bricks?
I do not.
Yeah, that's who I got it from, and his name, he has that name for a reason. So I will give him a pass. Plus, that's a very common part that I can replace very easily.
Plus, even the most perfection-based people like some of us, like even Hoosier, occasionally finds parts that are not Lego in his stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I do a lot of use, so I find a lot of non-Lego parts in my stuff. And a lot of it skips the first, second, and third sorts, and it still shows up. And then, and I do buy non-Lego, but like I buy 3D printed train track and stuff like that, because it's stuff that Lego doesn't make. Or, like in the case of the double crossover, it's just too expensive because it's no longer made. But I try to keep stuff as brand on as possible. Yeah, but I definitely appreciate, like, if they don't like make something, like a certain series, like if they didn't make Harry Potter, if someone else made Harry Potter, I'd probably be buying that other stuff from someone else. With no issue with that. But in a set like this, I want it to be name brand, obviously. Well, the dogs went back to bed, so I think they're I think that's all they needed was to go outside.
Dad, I needed a tingle. Thank you.
Yeah, well, and the one that was whining is licking, and he had a cone on for a reason. He thought he could be thought could quietly lick himself, and I wouldn't notice, but I can see him across the room. I think I got everything there. A couple weeks ago, he decided to eat one of his squeakers out of the little plush toy, and it got stuck.
It's a little hard to breathe that way.
Well, it got stuck in his intestines. So he was able to breathe, but he wasn't able to eat anything after that. Let's see here. This one. There it is. Two of those. Two of those. And now I'm getting a little smarter and pulling the parts out that it calls for before I lose track of what I need. No, I actually need 4 of those. One by 2 door rails, which is the part that I was missing on the other train, which definitely stole to build the Hogwarts version of this. And then that guy has a sticker on it and goes right there. I should have another one with a sticker on it somewhere.
At least Lego is no longer doing sticker over assembly.
Oh yeah, yeah. Any of those I find used get peeled off and thrown away. Actually, pretty much any sticker I find in the used bin pretty much goes away. But I mean, they just don't survive washing and everything very well, and most of the time kids put them on crooked. So there's no point in trying to save them. But yeah, I've had a few that were like that. Oh yeah. So what I was saying before I had to go wrangle the dog was covering for a guy this week. I'm actually taking over his shift because he just retired. So I'm doing nights this week for his final night rotation, and I'll be going back to days for 6 weeks, and then I'll swing back to nights again for 4 weeks. So every couple of months I'll be probably doing this, or available to do this. You kind of mentioned it during the last 48-hour live stream session, and I want to say someone had a good name for it. I don't remember if it was Hinkle or if it was one of the guys on my stream, but might have to go back and watch it and see. It was like a 3-hour session. I don't know if I want to watch the whole thing, but I might go back and watch it and see what that name was. It was, like Ken's random stream or something. I don't know.
Well, people that stream with a schedule, that's just too easy.
Yeah, and yeah.
People stream wherever.
And that was the whole thing. Like I can't put myself on a schedule. It takes all the, like, for me, it literally takes all the fun out of it. Like I no longer enjoy it at that point. So I much rather prefer, the once a year 72-hour live stream and then doing this and whatever. I'm not looking to make money on YouTube. I'm not looking for a ton of subscribers. The only thing that would be nice is if I had enough subscribers to do a live stream from my phone, but you need 1,000 subs to do that, and I'm at like 210 or something. So it's just not worth that push.
I think I have like 87, dude.
Yeah. I mean, it's just it's, like I said, it's not worth the push. It's and I think I can do it from my phone if I use Streamlabs, or StreamYard rather. I think I can do StreamYard mobile or from the web browser and do it that way. But I haven't tried.
I only have 45 subscribers. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, streaming with people like this, and we'll bump it up. But one of the guys in my lug was like, he just started a new channel. I think I got the impression he just started. I'm not sure. I mean, he has like over 1,000 already. But he sat there and like pimped it and did everything he needed to do to get it going and everything else. And just, yeah, I got other things to do. I got sets to build.
Does it only show that you're live when you're a friend of you?
Say that again?
Well, I was just looking and for your channel.
Oh, yeah.
And YouTube is not showing you live to me.
Oh, I think it's over on the... Oh, right now it's not showing live?
Yeah. Well, when I hit live, you're not... I mean, I don't see you come up, but... I mean, I'm sure you're live because we haven't turned it off, but... I was going to go see if I was subscribed to you, but I don't...
Yeah. Yeah, it shows that I'm live on YouTube. With one watching, so I assume that's Doc. Or my chat. I'm not sure which.
I would assume Doc
No,
is still watching.
no, yeah, he might have dropped off because when I do participants, it only shows me. tired and I lost track of what I was doing. Oh yeah, I was gonna look at my channel. That's what it was. Yeah, because I know live now past live streams. Yeah, I've done live streams a few times. I was just trying to figure out how many times I've gone live. I think a couple times I've streamed live, but I've just used it as a way to record. Didn't actually do live per se. I just did like a live to private and then I publish it later. Honestly, like that train video I did last night or whatever was the first Lego based video I've done in a number of months. Honestly, like that train video I did last. Look at all. Need 4 more of those guys. This one.
Turns out that I was not subscribed to you.
Oh. Well, like I said, I haven't pushed a lot of content lately, so I haven't been out there. And that's part of it, you know, I just with the work schedule and everything else, I just don't really, and lately it's just been cleaning. Like I've been trying to clean and organize and just haven't really been in the mood to go live and talk to the rest of the world, I guess. Where is that one more? But this has been nice. I mean, it's a nice change. Yeah, Doc didn't reply, so I think he dropped off and went back to his videos. Got excited, thought I found it.
That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
I just watched your video on your bookshelf train.
The one I published 2 days ago or yesterday, or the most recent one or the original one?
The one that was published, yeah, a day ago.
Yeah, that's the most recent update. So in that one, you can see all the trains that I own. They're parked on the sides. Aside from this one I'm building, of course, the Winter Village, the one that I don't have built, and the Harry Potter one that's built, but it's in boxes. So I built all those little sidings to park them on, and then I realized that by doing that, so when I built the track, I did it like on the edge of the shelf so you can see it. But then by doing all the sidings are on the inside, on the wall side. And I'm like, you can't see the trains now that are parked. And so I think I'm going to switch it around so the train goes, like whenever there's a parked train, the train goes on the inside on the wall side, and the park train is on the shelf edge. And that way from down below I can see all my parked trains, and then the moving train will kind of go in and out of those ones. I think that'll be a lot nicer. And theoretically, that would normally be like really easy to do, but of course, in my situation, I have some ramps that I'm gonna have to move. There's one.
Well, we just round the corner at 5 o'clock.
Yep, there it is. You gonna bail on me?
And unfortunately, I'm not sure if my eyes will stay open much longer.
Yeah, no problem.
And I'm not gonna go drinking a whole lot of pop just to stay awake, because otherwise I
No.
won't sleep today.
Yeah, no problem. I purposely took a nap earlier and slept in as late as I could this morning, and I'm training for this basically. So don't worry about it all.
Well, no, I just thought I'd hang out with you as long as I could, and then
Yeah.
I just figured, well, eventually my body's gonna tell me you need to be done.
Yeah. Well, and I appreciate it. It's been good talking to you.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of always fun to talk to somebody new too. I stay up late a lot of times with Haley and stuff, and we shoot the breeze as we're playing games and stuff together. But it's like at a certain point, you just gotta go, what story haven't we talked about already?
Right.
So one quick question
Yes.
before I leave you.
Yeah.
Have you
Yeah, no worries.
seen the Johnny 5 on Rebrickle?
No. No, I haven't seen that one.
It's like 2 foot tall.
Oh yeah. You have it up, pulled up?
No, but I can.
I can Google it.
But he's a lot of basic parts. The guy, I guess, modeled it off of one set, but it's a $400 Technic scoop truck or whatever you want to call it.
Oh yeah. Okay, that's cool.
But anyway,
I did not buy that one, but I did see it.
yeah, I don't like to buy those unless I like really get into a reason.
Right.
I gotta have an overdriven stupid craziness to do that.
So and he used just that one set?
Yeah, that's what
Huh.
that's what it said. Anyway, there's a lot of stuff left over after doing it with that set, but yeah, Johnny 5. The directions he's selling
Johnny
them
5.
for $15, so it's not even that bad.
Yeah.
But if you look at the set, where are you, Mr. 5? There you are. If you look at the set, if you share screen, supposedly both of his arms move.
Okay.
He's got a motor system in the base to run his treads, and then there's a battery box down there, and then there's a battery function up here, and his head moves, and the gun on the back of him moves, and both of his arms move.
Nice.
Up on top. And it's not too bad for parts. Yeah, there's a little video of him. But yeah, it's out of this the truck that picks up dirt.
Right, excavator, yeah. Yeah, I bought 2 of the bucket wheel excavators, but I like you said, I bought it for a reason. Yeah. So, the same thing though. Like I looked at it, I'm like, I'm not really interested in that set, but buy the thing and then buy the $15 instructions, and yeah, the Johnny 5 would be pretty cool.
Yeah, because it says here the tank treads move, the arms move up and down, the head turns and the head tilts left and right and the body goes up and down.
Nice.
And then manually you can adjust the eyes and blah blah blah. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I have bought instructions before. I think the only one I can think of right offhand is and I don't even know where they are now at the moment. But it's it's like a adult hotel. So it's a modular that is has like a bar in the bottom, and it has like a sex shop on the side, and it has like a marijuana dispensary, and then there's like a hot tub at the top, and so it's like a total adult themed modular. And someone on A Falls of Facebook, I think, was selling it, and that's why I paid was like $10-15, and they did a really good job with it. But I just haven't put it together yet.
Yeah, I guess I don't know if the Wall-E can be built at the same time, or if the Wall-E is just another one that's based off of that set.
Yeah, I saw that there, and I don't know either. I have the Wall-E set that Lego came out with, but yeah.
Well, Haley said she motorized hers.
Oh yeah, yeah. I haven't tried that yet.
The regular Wall-E, but I guess the head is so flippy floppy that it's hard to keep him looking right.
Oh, okay. So here I can show.
But I don't know. The Johnny 5 is crazy.
So here's the instructions that I bought that at some point I'm gonna build.
It doesn't look too bad from the outside.
Yeah, I mean it'd be like if I put it at a show, it'd be behind the other buildings. So that way the adults can see it, but the kids can't, kind of thing. But
right, but it still doesn't look like.
Yeah.
I mean, I was picturing girls in the windows and.
Yeah, I think on the like the outside, like you said, looks all right. I think on the roof, there's a sex scene being filmed or something. So that's about the only thing you'd be able to see. And he included like all the parts list. I mean, he did really good with it.
Well, the thing about Johnny 5 is you can go to the Rebrickable site and download the parts before you go and actually buy the set.
So like this little scene here is visible from the roof, but again, if it's like behind the other buildings, you wouldn't see it.
Well, even so, get rid of the camera guys and the sound guy, and
they're just hanging out in the hot tub.
In the booth,
yeah, right. Yeah.
I mean, you're always gonna have that person. You always have that person at a show that says, "That's not right," or or "That's inappropriate," or whatever.
Dog had to come over and say hi. He couldn't make it with the phone on.
Well, he's got to stop licking himself.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty much it.
I always thought that was cruel, and then I realized what they used them for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always have had cats, and none of my cats have ever needed a cone. And so I was just like, I don't know what they're for.
Yeah, he has a pretty big incision line through his stomach, and that's all healed up pretty much, but he has a little bit of a skin infection that's remaining, so it's just keeping from licking that.
Yeah, keep him healthy.
Yeah. All right.
He probably thinks you're mean, but that's okay. He'll get over it.
No, he's gotten used to it. He's been wearing it. Yes, hi. Very good. He's been wearing it for like 5 weeks now, or he's going on week 5. Okay, good luck. Down. Sit. Down.
Is that like a crossbreed with like a little bit of a pit bull?
Oh, he's half boxer, but he's a mutt. He's a rescue. Come on, down. Down. But yeah, he is half boxer. Down.
my mother several years ago told me, I'm never going to get a dog that could be vicious. And I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. Well, I guess some people moved out of town and left their dog behind.
Yeah.
So the kids in the house kind of adopted the thing.
Okay.
Well, it's never shown any aggression or whatever. She took it through training. They told her it was only like 2 years old, and it was just a puppy, basically. Well, they did everything they're supposed to do with it. And my mother, who is denser than a block when it comes to animals, went up to the guy that was running the obedience class and asked him what kind of dog he thought it was. And the guy looked right at her and said, you don't know that it's a full-blooded pit bull? And she's like, it's gone. And he says, why? It's a very timid and relaxed. It loves kids.
Yeah.
Because just there in the class, you could see that it, has no aggression towards food or, any of that. So.
Right, and there's probably other dogs in the class, so if it doesn't show aggression towards those, and yeah.
Yeah, he's like, there's nothing wrong with this dog. People put labels on animals just because of things they see or hear. It's all about how you take care of them. If you treat them right, they'll respect you. If you beat them, they don't respect you.
Yeah, these guys have all gone through training and stuff. So they're and yeah, my dog trainer is really good about working with aggressive breeds. But these both have been, angels pretty much since we got them. They have their little problems, but nothing like aggression. They're just, like this, needy. Not, he gets stubborn, doesn't want to listen, stuff like that. But
so do people.
Yeah.
That was my favorite thing when I was dealing with I was a dog walker for a couple of months.
Okay.
And people are like, how can you do it? And I said, well, you just let them tell you what they want to do that day. If they don't want to go for a walk, at 3 o'clock, well, you go at 4. It really doesn't matter.
Right.
I'd always tell the owners, yeah, he went for his walk, everything's fine. Even if the damn dog never got off the couch the whole day. Because the bottom line is most dogs are set in their ways, and if you try to change them, they just fight you. There's the owners can push a dog a little more than, like a dog walker or something like that.
Right.
I had a couple of dogs I had to walk, and you got them out on the trail or whatever, and they were fine, but getting them out there is a whole different story. So are you with a lug?
Yeah, I'm part of both Den Lug, which is obviously Denver, and then Cow Lug, which is Colorado, Wyoming, Lego user group. So Den Lug's a little more active, but Cow Lug does. So it's like Cow Lug's everything from like Denver north, and then Den Lug's everything from Denver south. So it kind of encompasses 2 different groups and different shows and stuff like that. I think I got all that right.
Yeah, me and Haley sat down here one night and we were looking at Johnny 5 and we were like comparing, would it be cheaper for Johnny 5 to buy that set? Or would it be cheaper for Johnny 5 if we just parted the thing, together?
Yeah.
And you gotta, I think it's like, I want to say it's like 4 motors.
You're right.
It's like 4 or 5 motors total in this thing, and then a couple of battery boxes and stuff, and that supposedly all comes in the set. But when you're thinking about it, you need 3 of the XL motors and 4 of the L motors, and then 2 battery boxes in order to get this set to work.
And I'm sure that right there is enough to justify buying the set.
Yeah, we figured looking at U.S. Bricklink prices for used motors and for new motors, you're about $150, $175 right there.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple like that. There was so I bought the big 4x4 remote control unit that they were selling, big orange one, and it was on sale on Zavi, and I bought that, and that was the same thing. It was like way cheaper just to buy it, and then because just for the like the IR stuff and everything, or whatever the remote control stuff, it was and the motors and everything, it was a lot cheaper going that route. And then they just had the like the EV3 or whatever it's called, the Mindstorms thing. They had that on there, and it's the same thing. It's like it's such a good deal because just for the motors, just for the components. I'm just gonna go. Oh, it's on the back.
I wonder if Technic stuff ever goes on sale.
Well, yeah, it does on like not with straight from logo, but like through that website Zavvi, Zavvi. They have stuff like that on sale from time to time, or even on Amazon. I think I've seen some stuff like that. Did I miss that?
Zavvi.
Is Zavvi a pretty
did miss
safe
it.
place to shop at?
Yeah, it used to be Virgin Records, Virgin Megastore. The same people. You know the big. You ever shop there? The big record store in the mall.
No.
Yeah, Virgin Megastore or Virgin Records. They were they sold like they sold music and stuff, but they also sold like a lot of pop culture kind of stuff. And they're in the malls and stuff. And then they brick and mortar side of it kind of closed down, and they when they rebranded, they reopened the website as Zavvi. I missed like a whole series of steps. Oh, because I just did that one down there. Okay. Those two. Yeah, so I bought the big orange 4x4 from them. I did a light. That's what I built for the 72-hour live stream, I think. And then I did actually I think that's the only thing I bought from them. But I know my like they just had that Mindstorms kit on sale this past week or 2 weeks ago, and one of my lug members bought it, and I think she said it's getting delivered tomorrow.
Well, currently they have this this set at the same price as Lego does.
Lego Technic.
Yeah.
Control plus leap here. 9800 excavator set.
That one,
42,100.
yeah. So I would what I would do is sign up for their email notifications, and then hey, down, Weasley, down.
Amazon has got it for $4.29, but it's not really all that much cheaper right now.
Yeah, the dog's definitely ready for breakfast. So yeah, I would sign up for their email notifications, and then if something like that does go on sale, you'll get notified. So between that and then just in general, the lug kind of looks out for each other, and so he posted. I think he told me about the 4x4 being on sale. But the same guy also told me about the Mindstorms one, and I should have bought the Mindstorms one just for the value that was there, but it's just the money's not there, so I had to skip it.
Yeah, I've always thought about having EV3s too, but it's like at a certain point, if you don't have a project in hand for them right now,
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah, and I mean, I have a project idea that I want to do with it, but yeah, it's not something I'm doing right this minute. And I'm not sure if I'm going to use Lego motor controllers with it or if I'm going to go aftermarket. So but I mean, I would like to play with the new Bluetooth motor controllers and stuff more, beyond the train, and actually design some controls. And you need the color sensors, and you need everything else. And it was the same thing. I'm just buying the EV3 was cheaper than buying the motors and stuff separately. Let's see if I still have that link open.
My only concern with this is, or not with that, but with buying this thing is when is that app going to be shut down?
That is definitely a big concern, and that's part of the reason I don't necessarily want to go with Lego-based motors. Let's see if I can see where you said how much that one was. Yeah, so it was the Mindstorms Robot Inventor building set 51515, and they had it on sale for $279, which I guess $280. So I guess that was $80 off. So it must have been $360 originally. And and it's because they had a coupon code for Zav Robot. 51515. I don't think it's still available. Because usually they advertise those coupon codes on the front page. Yeah, it expired back on the 8th, so it was a limited time coupon code. But I mean, at 200 and whatever I said, 260, it was still, or 280, it was still cheaper to do that and get all the motors and everything you got with it. And like I said, if you have a project to use it for.
Well, I bought, I don't even know, it's an older Minecraft set, or not Minecraft, but Mindstorm.
Okay.
And from an online auction, well, Goodwill.
Oh, okay. Yep.
But
Oh,
but the damn child. Sorry, we are live. But the damn child left the batteries in it.
oh, and so it's all corroded and stuff.
So yeah, one of them leaked, and it leaked into the, and then it leaked into the internal board, and
Oh, so you can't even clean it. I have
yeah.
I have like one of the old Mindstorms, and then now you're making me wonder if the batteries are in it, because I bought it used, and I think I might have even turned it on at one point and played with it. And I try to I make sure all my trains on the shelves, I pull all the batteries out. But I don't know if I took them out of this guy or not. Nope, they're in there. I can see them. How do I get them out?
I don't know. Every one of those things are different.
Yep, would you look at that? I don't know if you can see that.
You blew a cell too.
Yep.
Oh, you
So
blew
it's
a
all-
couple.
Yeah, cheapo batteries in there. Oh,
I would try to get them out like ASAP if you can.
yeah. Pull that apart. There we go. That makes it easier. Yeah, so that's just been sitting on my shelf. So.
I always keep like a milk jug or old juice bottle in my building room. So that when you take out old batteries, you just pitch them.
Yeah, I have a Ziploc bag upstairs, and I take them to work. We have a battery recycle bin.
Yeah, I gotta go over to the city hall and dispose of them, but I figure when I get a gallon or so of them, then I go over to the city hall and dump the whole bucket.
Yeah, at least it's, well, I don't think it went into the board, at least, hopefully.
Well, the only way you're gonna know is to pop all them out, clean up what you can, and then pop new batteries in and see if it powers up.
Oh, yeah, that's good. I mean, I can take looks like there's some screws here. I can take it apart and see if it goes any deeper. But it looks pretty clean, just a little bit of rust. Not terrible. Just that, let's see, the bottom corner right here.
Yeah, that's a little bit newer one too, so that might become a part
Yeah.
easier.
Yeah, I wonder, I got it on used from Facebook Marketplace, I want to say. But I mean, those are original batteries from when I got it, so I don't know if they were already like that when I got it, and maybe that's why they sold it, or because it stopped working, or if they corroded sitting here in my storage. But yeah, I should have checked that right away. It's one of those like, oh, I'll play with that at some point and turn it on and see if I can program it, and I just never did. I think I'm gonna have to go and feed this guy.
All right. Well, I think I should go unconscious anyway.
Cool. Well, thanks for hanging out and chatting with me.
No problem, man.
I got that far on the Emerald Knight.
Well, you know, by the time you go to bed today, you might get it all done.
Yeah, I have a couple more hours if I don't pass out. Cool.
And if you do, it's clearly not the end of the world.
Yeah, it'll be, I have tomorrow night as well, or Sunday night, whatever.
All right. Have a good one, man. Talk
Cool.
to you later.
Yep. Bye.